Here we go, back at it Monday morning, JKJ. Thanks for hanging out with us. This here morning show is brought to you by Groove Subaru, your fast, fun, and friendly way to drive happy. Learn all the details at groovesubaru.com. If you want to see what's going on here in the studios, Katy Cat just fired up the YouTube feed, so hop on your app and search Mix 100 Denver. And that feed is brought to you by our good friends at Safeway. Hi, guys.
We're back. Good morning.
Back at it.
Happy
Rested, kind of. Refreshed, kind of.
Yeah.
I could have used one more day.
I know. Well, you
Just
know,
to sleep.
Give me too much time off, I'll find some trouble, though. You
Yeah,
know? So
yeah,
it's
yeah.
probably good that they're like, cap it at 4 days.
Get back. It's a Monday. Yeah, the alarm went off this morning, and by far the longest F word I had said in a
I
long
know.
time. I was like, brr.
I was just telling Josh, I was like, it was a struggle.
Struggle
getting
bus
up.
today.
And he came in early just because he couldn't sleep. He's like, I better
Crazy.
get up.
I
I'm going
woke
to
up
sleep
before
in.
my alarm. I was like, I'm
Crazy.
good. I'm bright-eyed and bushy-tailed. What are you talking about?
I was like, oh my God. Here we go again. And it's funny. It's like, yeah, we had 4 days off, and it's like, boom, back at it here. Dance for me, monkey. Dance for me. Perform. And then right after the show, we're heading down to Channel 9 again to do a segment for Colorado and Company.
Yeah.
So, Katy, why are we going to be down there? Tell us about that.
Again, we have teamed up with the American Cancer Society. So we actually have a fan of the show, Mallory, and that's how it happened. She listens to JKJ every morning, and so she reached out, was like, hey, I'm teamed up with the American Cancer Society. We've got this big event coming up, Fort Cancer. Would you guys want to be a part of it? And so we're going to be part of like their VIP area and inside some of the mic stuff.
I would expect nothing less.
It is going to be so much fun. And what it is actually is the American Cancer Society Cancer Action Network. They raise funds for the research for cancer and all the related illnesses. So it is a huge event that provides a lot of help for people who are dealing with cancer, families, and individuals directly. So this is a huge, huge thing that's going on. July 17th, Mile High Station. You can still get your tickets and whatnot, but we're going to be, on Colorado and Company with one of the chefs at the event because it's called Fort Cancer because there's so much food. I mean, that's the big draw is come and stuff your face with as much food as you can eat, as much drinks as you can, tip back. So
These drinks look good, too.
Oh my gosh.
It's a school
And
night for
again,
us, though, so be careful.
It's
I
a
know,
school
yeah.
night for us, exactly. But I don't know what you're doing the next day. You know what I mean? Like you can take it to the head. But it is going to be so much fun, and we're very excited to team up with them and help, just raise awareness about it. So we're going to be on 9 News, Colorado and Company.
Yeah.
This is actually going to air on like the 4th of July or something.
Is that what it is? Okay,
Yeah,
we're
so
doing a little pre-record because it's funny because they come back down, come hang out with us, and they're like, but you need to be here at like 9.
And
We're
we're
like,
like,
we
well.
still on the air.
I kind of got this thing.
So the
yeah.
magic of pre-recording.
Yeah, so we're going to be down there doing it. But big shout out to 9 News and Colorado and Company. Colleen,
They're so kind of us.
who's hooking
to
us up. She's just so great. So we're very excited to go on. And it's like we're going to be doing cupcake something.
I think it's
she
like a
got me with
decorating
cupcakes.
contest.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
And then
That sounds
I'm going to
fun.
kill you
We
guys.
get to-
I'm
Are
going
you?
to kill you.
Oh,
Are
no.
you? No.
I don't know if you guys
I've been
do this. Back in the
practicing.
day, I went to Cupcake College, decorating college.
Did you
Does not
really?
Yeah,
surprise
back
me.
in 04.
Checks out. Checks
Well,
out.
I had a
did
small
that
child who loves
stint.
cupcakes, and we made
Oh.
a lot of them. So
You might win,
I'm just
actually.
saying,
I already know I'm going to lose, so it's fine.
I know
I've
how to
accepted
make
my
the
fate.
rose. I know how to make the little pokey things.
Oh, the
on
little
top.
pokey
The
things?
little
Pokey
Oh,
things?
those are
I'm an
like expert level. Yeah, the pokey
at
things
the
are
little
expert.
pokey things. So watch out. But it is going to be fun. And again,
Do you know if we're going to have the bags of frosting that you...
Yeah, I'm pretty
hope
sure.
We're
With
going to
the
have bags
tips,
of frosting?
That's how
Different
you make
tips?
the little pokey
yeah,
things.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm gonna kill you guys.
But we're going to be up against Chef Mary from Olive and Finch is going to be judging. So she's one of the restaurants that's going to be
she's
out
not gonna
there at Fort
participate?
Cancer.
No,
but
she would kill us.
she's a chef, so it's us and the host, I believe, Claudia, who are going to be going head to head
All right.
in this. I'm just so excited.
I'm excited for
I'm
it,
so
too.
excited.
We
So
love being
yeah.
on TV because we are attention whores.
Yeah.
So
Gosh.
this is right up our alley.
I'm not even going to argue.
for
Yes,
yourself.
this is who we are. This is what
Josh
we do.
will argue. I will not.
I will be back the next day, actually, for more pre-recording of some
Do
segment.
you
I don't
need
care.
me for more TV? leaving.
Bring in the makeup crew.
I'm here.
Jeremy, why are you still here?
Make me shine. Make me less shiny. Come on, let's do this.
Ready
thing.
for my close-up.
Yeah, well, we're excited about that. So.
Yes,
I know. All
very
I know is I
excited.
brought a little extra cologne and deodorant and some hair product today in my bag.
I have a whole
there
bag
you
full
go.
of stuff.
Do you?
I do. I got 2 pairs of shoes.
Oh, hit me with some blush or
Just in
something
case.
later.
All right,
right?
yeah,
Little
we'll
lip
get the
gloss.
makeup.
Yeah, lip gloss. There we go.
Yeah.
I did come in this morning too to read this article. 184 million passwords are leaked across Facebook, Google, and more. Some gigantic data breach. I was out of pocket this weekend, so I'm just kind of catching up on all this. But they are telling people as of this morning to go in, and there's 16 billion passwords that have been leaked to the dark web, the black web, or whatever they call it, the bad web. And so they're saying you should go in and start updating all your passwords this morning. I haven't updated my Facebook one since '76. I mean, it's been
I know.
years.
Jeez. That's
Yeah,
been a
I've had
minute.
it.
Better get
I've had
on
it for a
that.
while, so I need
Yeah, but
to
who
probably.
cares if they get in your Facebook? I mean,
I
Well, that's
know.
why I would get in on my work stuff. Who knows what kind
Yeah.
of horrible things they'd send out to the public? So I got to be careful. We got 20-some thousand followers. I don't want people like.
I was
Oh,
thinking your
you're right.
personal one.
yeah,
the
well, that
personal
one's
one.
25,000 followers.
geez.
So anyway, I don't want them into my work stuff.
No, definitely not.
Gosh.
So anyway, make a note today to go in and change. If you have Gmail or Facebook, Instagram, probably
Oh, we're
change
supposed
all
to
your
change them?
passwords.
Oh.
Well, that
Change them
double
today.
authentication thing is huge too. I know for my Google accounts, I have the double
Yeah.
authentication, and it can seem so annoying because every time you want to get in, it's like, "Are you sure this is you?" But when stuff like this
It's me, I
happens,
promise.
Yeah.
it's really good because then you can
really
actually
is
say,
me.
"No, it's not this time." So
I don't even know how
that
to.
too.
Again, my Google password. I mean, I haven't changed it
I know. Where
since
do you-
'76,
since '76.
1976.
Back in the day.
that's a big
Anyway,
deal. Yeah,
that
that
is a big deal.
sucks.
So be
Ugh.
careful with all that. Josh, how was your weekend? Dare I say it was good and fun?
It was all right. No, it was a blast, man. Again, we have family come into town, and more family came into town this weekend, and we had a huge pool party like all day yesterday. It was so cool to see.
Refreshing.
Yeah, it was. It really was because it was so hot yesterday. But it was so cool to see family and friends that I have not seen. Honestly, for about a year
Since
and a half now.
76?
Since 76, Jeremy.
And is the rest of your family as good looking as like your nuclear family? Like, is everybody
Well,
pretty
you know,
good
no.
looking in your family?
They're great
Just a
looking.
bunch of good looking people hanging out by the pool.
Little Banana Republic family.
Exactly. Little
Little Walmart
Abercrombie
greeting
and
card,
Fitch
that's what we look
family
like.
over here.
No, they're
like-
great, and it was so much fun because we did a bunch of golfing over the week, or I did a bunch of golfing over the weekend, and I'm as happy as anybody can be on the golf course.
Yeah.
There is
It's your
no
happy
such thing as a
place.
bad day on a golf course for me. So it was super cool to see my family and go golfing and catch up with some friends that I have not seen in a long time as well. I had friends come in from out of town. Jared, kind of like you, I had friends that moved away to Nashville, but they moved away to Tennessee, and I was so sad when they did that, and they were in town over the weekend as well. So we got to catch up with them and talk with them and see how their life is over on the other side of the country now. So it was a good weekend. And
How do
Jared,
they
I
like
dare say,
Nashville?
was-
Because I want to go there.
Oh, well, Nashville's great if you're a tourist. To be honest, they don't love living there. It's wild. I mean, it's so crowded. It's so busy. There's so much to do for a weekend, but if you live there, they're like, it's
It's probably like living in Vegas.
kind
Yeah.
of
It's like,
annoying. That's what they said. It's kind of
Yeah.
annoying. It's country Vegas. There you go.
Well, yeah, 'cause
Right.
all the musicians moved there
Oh my gosh,
so they
yeah.
could be,
I'm dying to go.
Yeah.
But
That's
to
our
go
next
for a
date
vacation
location.
is awesome. Have you never been?
We've never been,
Oh,
and
Nashville's
we have
great.
friends who live in Franklin, Tennessee, which is just a stone's throw.
Yeah.
And we've talked about moving to Franklin at some point because it's just so pretty. But it's not Nashville. It's not the heart of Nashville.
Yeah.
But they love it in Franklin. But yes, they pop up to Nashville, have a few cocktails, enjoy the night, and then get the hell out.
See, that's what I would say you should do. Go find the outskirts. Go to the outskirts of the town and stuff like that. But yeah, they like it, but they do want to move back eventually. So I'm excited because I'm selfishly wanting them to move back as well. So it's
Well,
been
good luck
man.
affording it.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right?
seriously.
Should have never
honestly.
left.
Franklin's pretty darn affordable. Like,
Is Franklin? I didn't know it was that close.
yeah, I'd have to get on the maps to see. Maybe
That's so nice.
40
though.
minutes outside of Nashville.
Oh, that's not.
maybe.
Well, that's like Denver to here.
Might
I
even
mean,
be less.
yeah.
Yeah.
Denver's an hour away from Denver now.
Well, good, buddy. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time with your friends and family, my
It was
man.
fun. Yeah, it was very
Um,
relaxing and we all got the little R&R, which was nice to
Yeah.
just have a few days to catch up.
Well, throughout the morning, we'll continue to give a little vacation recap. It's funny, Katie and I basically crossed paths.
I know, we went
this
to-
weekend.
He's like, I'm going to be going to Grand Junction. I was like, I'm going there. You can't go
No,
there.
I picked it first.
I'm going there.
So, I don't know, right around 7, maybe we'll do a little Katy Cat update, and then I'll hop on at 8 and tell you what we did. A little marriage maintenance, as we were calling it. So it was a good weekend. Good weekend. So we'll do that later on the show. In a few minutes, we've got our Mile High Hype Report. Hey, you guys aren't going to believe this. Dolly Parton news this morning.
What?
Dolly Parton news.
I feel shocked.
We'll do that and more coming up with JKJ. Right now, we're going to hop into our first check of traffic. Denver's best music. It's Mix 100. Jeremy, Katy, Josh in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with us on a fun Monday show. Keep Mix 100 on all summer long because we are your all-access station this summer. We've got the hottest tickets, the biggest events, and we're sending our listeners to them all summer long. What do we have today for Fast 5? Oh, family 4-pack to Elitch's today.
Hey.
When we play Fast 5 at 7:30. And then Nina, for your drive home. Oh, Nate Bargatze coming to town September 13th, Ball Arena. She'll be giving those tickets away today as you make your way home. It's part of Mix 100's All Access Summer. You can find all the details at mix100.com. It's a pretty big deal.
Yeah.
We're pretty darn tapped in as we purchased all these tickets off next door, and we're handing them off to you guys this summer.
We got a lot of them, too. Right? Like 3 concerts in 1 week.
We had a guy, he was just unloading all these tickets on
yeah.
next door. So
right out the back of his car.
we scooped him up.
Sketchy.
It's your Mile High Hype report this morning. I do want to play you something that came out locally, and it's making the news today. And I literally LOL'd when I heard this guy this morning. Let me pull up the audio. Pop, 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 pop. All right, here we go. It's this lawyer. He was in court, Colorado courtroom, and he called the judge honey.
Oh, man.
Listen to this guy kind of clamor. He seized up. Oh.
I can imagine.
That is so funny.
At that point, you just sit down. That's a guy right there who yells with his wife too much. They're fighting way too much, I think.
Yeah.
Honey.
Honey.
Right?
Honey.
I want to see the judge's face. That's what I want to see.
She just kind of stares at him blankly in the video. She's like,
I want to see the person that's being represented
Honey,
by him
really.
because the
Like,
person's like, I just lost the case.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
and I mean, honestly, like he didn't do it with ill intent. It's just like he was,
Absolutely not.
that's a wife moment. Like,
Yeah,
honey,
well,
hold on.
And we've all been there, so I think we can all sympathize. Like, I've called the teacher mom. Has anybody done that? Like, this happens to all of us.
I've never done that before.
Come on.
That's embarrassing. But
it happens.
I LOL'd at that this morning.
is funny.
Some other stuff floating around. Nick Cannon was on some sort of podcast over the weekend, and they asked him to name all 12 of his children. He got 10 of them.
Oh, no.
Oh, my.
You mean, no,
He
you
forgot
should know
to.
all 12.
Dude.
Like,
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, so anyway,
How do you forget
kinda
two
funny.
names?
Well, you got 12 of them.
I don't
You're bound
care.
to forget
That's
one
your
or
cue
two.
to
You're
stop
a kid.
having them, though.
Yeah,
Like,
right.
is.
It's
My
like,
gosh. Can't
Go have
remember
that
the 12
surgery.
yet.
Go get
Yeah.
snipped, buddy. Go get it done. There's this Orlando Bloom, Katy Perry story out this morning, according to some British tabloids, which were not generally reliable. So-called sources saying that he's not happy with Katy Perry because, yes, she went to, air quote, space.
Yeah.
He told her that the whole thing looked ridiculous. It was cringeworthy and embarrassing.
Yeah.
And now that's kind of why they are on the outs.
Yeah.
And she came down and said, I'm an astronaut. And I'd be like, oh, my God, no, you're not.
Yeah.
No, you're not. But dude has to know promotion as well. I mean, she's doing that to promote her concert as well and her album. There's a little bit of promotion involved there. You've got to promote yourself. And when you're asked to be shot up in the Jeff Bezos penis rocket, you probably should do it, right?
Yeah.
It's good for your career.
No, it is. And I think that they're both in the public eye, so he should absolutely understand that. That being said, he's more of a private celebrity.
Yeah, he's very
and
private.
they have their child, Daisy, together. And that was his thing, is he's like, I'm just trying to protect our family. And, I
But
think
she's
that,
an entertainer.
Plus,
but
also,
I
did
think
it really
they-
help her sell
and I
tickets to
think
the-
like they had the conversation. This is what I heard. I heard they had the conversation. She didn't listen to what he had to say and did it anyway.
He's all honey.
Yeah, honey, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, honey.
That's what he was
Listen.
doing.
Honey.
Honey.
Please. Don't go to space, honey, please.
Please.
You're not an astronaut. Stop it.
Oh my gosh.
Oh
but-
my God. Dolly Parton news this morning. The oversaturation of Dolly Parton continues.
Oh, gosh.
Motley Crue has released a new version of their 85 hit, Home Sweet Home. But this time, guess who they enlisted to be on the record with them?
Oh, no, they didn't.
Oh, God. Here's a taste. Ugh. What do you think? I mean, it'll kick in here in a second.
I kind of dig it.
Oh. Here we go. Oh. Home sweet home. It might be time for her to hang it up.
She's hitting the harmonies.
I was just going to see.
Hey, she can still hit the high
She
notes.
can still hit the high
She's
notes,
almost
but
80.
she's
79
Look, man,
years
I gotta
old.
shut that off.
It's not good, but
It's
I
not
like it
good.
because it's
Because it's
kind
Dolly.
of cute. Like she's almost 80. I am literally
Yeah.
imagining my grandmother singing with Motley Crue. Like,
Yeah, I know.
It's kind of cute.
Yeah,
But
that
it's
is, I
Motley
think when
Crue.
you put it
don't
that
want your
way.
grandma with them.
Yeah, yeah,
Well.
it really does kind of take
They're
off
about
the
her age now.
Kind
so-
of.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
that rock and roll
Anyway.
factor of Motley Crue. Now it's like,
Well, I think it's Dolly. Once she got inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, she's like, I need to go a little harder now. So
Yeah.
I mean,
Dolly
who else?
Parton.
Who else better to go with than
Oversaturated.
Motley Crue?
Let's get somebody who's in everything and on everything. I opened up my
funny.
cupboard there in the kitchen the other day after the kids and Knick Knack went grocery shopping. Right there, front and center, they were pranking me, was a box of the, what is it, Betty Crocker or whatever.
Yeah,
it was
Duncan
the pink.
Dolly
Hines.
Parton.
No,
It's
the
the
Duncan
Hines.
Hines,
It's the
Dolly
pink
Parton.
box, Dolly
Yes.
Parton, right there as you open the
Yes.
cabinet. Chocolate cake, and I was like, "Damn it! Why'd you do that?" But you should make this immediately,
right?
because it looks
Exactly.
delicious.
Did they get the frosting too? 'Cause
No,
that's
they
part
just
of
bought
it.
They didn't want me flipping out.
man.
They didn't want me moving out, Katie. All right, what's going on locally?
Del Taco's back! Yeah!
What?
Oh my gosh! Yeah.
And the
Did they
crowd
leave?
goes mild.
No, yeah. Ugh. Did they leave? This has been such a period of mourning for me.
Has
Are
it?
you kidding me?
Oh, okay.
When
I'm out
was
of the
that?
loop.
When Del Taco just up and closed all of their restaurants. I mean,
About
out
2
of the
months
blue.
ago now, a month and a half?
It was so sad. Like, I go to Del Taco. You
Too
know,
much,
I mean,
too
it
much.
is
Twice
okay,
a
whatever.
day.
Too
It is
much.
when I do the fast food thing. Del Taco's usually my go-to. I just have always loved it. It's my thing. So when I woke up one morning and saw that Del Taco had it just closed,
Shut 'em down.
shut down shop.
You
all across the
hyperventilated a
state.
little
Well,
bit.
that's the thing. Only one was open. Only one, and it just happened to be in Grand Junction. So how funny this weekend when I went back. First place
Did you
I
hit it?
went, Del Taco.
Yum, yum,
I
yum.
brought my
Sitting there
coworkers
sweating.
instead of donuts or cookies. I brought my old coworkers tacos. I did from Del Taco. I'm like, you don't know how lucky you
They're
are
like,
over
oh,
here.
Katie's back.
Exactly. And so then last night, I'm all meal prepping for the week, being responsible. And one of our listeners, shout out to Mallory, shot me a message and said, hey, did you see the Del Taco in Lone Tree's open? And I was like, shut up. Mallory, don't play. Don't play with me, please. I can't handle this. But she was right. The Lone Tree location, 7506 Parkway Drive, according to a Facebook post from the
All right.
city of Lone
Good
Tree
for you.
confirming it.
It's right by us where
that
we work. You can
is
leave here and
reopened.
go.
Quebec and County Line Road. So excited. So I believe all the restaurants have opened up now again, and we're finding out. This is the juicy part of the story because when they shut down, they didn't tell anybody why, and everybody was rumors were
secret.
spreading. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're like, are they rebranding the restaurant? Do they have new menu items? Like, what is happening? We found out. We dug deep, Jer. The
Deep cleaning?
closure was due to a franchisee dispute that impacted all but the one Colorado location in Grand Junction. But according to a Reddit thread, it is now under corporate ownership. So hopefully that doesn't happen again. Please don't take my Doritos or my Del Taco. What are they?
I was like,
Del
that's Taco Bell.
The street tacos, the Tacos Del Carbone. That's
Yeah.
what they're called.
This is
And
riveting
they
stuff.
Are
This is
tasty.
riveting
They're
stuff.
so
I love
good.
how you say the rumors
Wow.
started spreading again. The Del Taco
They
community.
did. Like,
There's
I'm
a
telling
Reddit
you.
thread and everything.
I was
Oh,
like
gosh.
checking out this story almost weekly. I really was like, because if you drive
sad for
by
you.
Del Tacos on their little message sign, it says now hiring. And I'm like, Why are you hiring for a restaurant?
Why you've got your afternoons?
Don't play with me,
Why
Del
don't you go
Taco.
work there in the afternoons? You can leave here,
back
go
and
work at a
forth.
Del Taco. I would imagine you
Maybe.
get free food when you work there.
You would.
I might.
You can work the
would.
night shift and get the leftovers before they close up for the night. Just take them home.
Hey, some soggy nachos.
Soggy?
What
Who
up?
cares? They probably still
What
taste
up?
the same.
They're just enchiladas at that point.
Yeah.
I'm taking it all day.
Get a job there, get a little cooler, wheel it in,
Yummy.
and load up at the end of the night. And you'll smell like beef when you
Yes.
get in here in the morning.
But you guys will love that. That's really good news, though, for
He's
every.
like, did you work
taco-
last night?
Taco lovers everywhere rejoice.
All right.
So excited. How about this? A police officer delivering a baby outside of a Denver hospital.
Why didn't they just go in?
Here's what happened, too. So a car pulled up, and they ran up to the police officers, and obviously they were in distress. And the police officers were like, go inside. We're here. That's where you go. You go inside. But a language barrier prevented them from, jumping into action. So there's a little bit of a stall. And while this was happening, the police officer looks down and see legs coming out of the lady. Like the lady was having the baby right
Legs?
there.
Like, it's
That's
time.
what he
It's
said.
good. It's time to go.
The legs were coming out. They saw
It's
the
easier to
legs.
pull out that
so
one.
then apparently, but the police officer was
Dude.
able to make sure the baby came out just fine.
Yeah.
And so mother and baby are doing
I
fine.
love these
It's
stories.
a great story. And you
Yikes.
know that police officer, they've got another story to tell. Like, have you ever delivered a
Yeah,
baby?
yeah, yeah.
Why, yes,
As a
I
matter
have.
of fact.
As a
Yeah, my
matter
dad
of
did it. My
fact.
dad did that on the side of the road when he was a paramedic way back in the day.
And,
Yeah, he had to deliver a baby on the side of the road. So
And I bet he still tells that story.
no, not really. It's
No?
kind of at this point, we're like, okay, Dad, whatever.
I'd lead with
Yeah,
that.
I bet you
told
did.
you.
I bet you did.
Oh, that's funny.
Sure, you did.
Well, this police officer's got bragging rights
That's
for a
pretty
while,
darn cool.
So I'm sure they're going to be sharing that
Gosh, I
story.
don't know if I could do that in the moment. I guess they're trained for these type of high pressure situations.
Yeah,
And-
exactly.
Yeah, but a breech, baby. That's
Yeah,
scary.
breach, please. Good for him.
Good.
Breach, please. Okay, but yeah, congrats to that officer, that mama, and that little baby Nana. This one out of Steamboat Springs, a man was riding his mountain bike there on one of the trails, and he was charged at by a bear and crashed. Here's what
gosh.
I know. And so what they're saying
Bears
is
hate bikes, you guys.
they
They
do.
do.
Well, and the thing is
Because they have to ride them at the circus and stuff. They train the bears to ride the bikes, so whenever they see it, words got out from other bears that were working in the circus
It's a huge deal.
to regular bears living in Colorado, and they see when they get pissed, they're like, there's a bike, get it. It's true, Katie.
Yeah.
You didn't know
That's
that?
so funny.
There's also a Reddit thread on that. Because those bears look so stupid, right?
I
Those little
know.
bikes at the circus, they got the little
I was
hat
gonna
on.
say, God
Yeah.
forbid
They
they've
get
got
on their
the,
Reddit thread, and
the
then
hat with the little spin thing on
little
top,
flower
like,
pinned on 'em
Watch
and-
out! No, I
Yeah.
get it, and that's the thing. I think that's what happened here. Is the bear was so startled. That's what officers are saying as well. Like a bike, I don't want to end up on a bike, but he ended up both of them crashing, and the man just hurt his wrist or something, so he didn't get
Ow.
like fully injured.
He didn't
My
get
wrist.
mauled? You
He's
didn't get his
doing
face
okay.
eaten
Well,
off?
yeah, it really was just the bear was charging at him because it frightened him.
The
So
bear went after
imagine
the
that.
bike. The
The
guy
bear
was
went
fine.
after the bike.
Yeah.
Everybody was
Okay.
fine. It was just in that moment, boom, But that man has also a story to tell. You know that, and
Another
that
great
bear's
story.
going to go back to his buddies and be like, "I saw another bike.
saw a bike and I
They're
was
out
pissed.
there."
You should have seen what I did to that bike.
It's not just rumors, Katie.
Exactly.
They're real. They're out there.
These are real bike stories we're talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So this story I just thought was fascinating because it's a bunch of MSU Denver students who are in Central City and they're digging up artifacts to a brothel. Again, very interesting. They're finding some stuff too. And Denver 7 has the audio here. How interesting is that, though?
Not that interesting.
No, we talk about digging for things in our
The red light
history.
district, and they got
Yeah.
a comb and a penny and a shoe.
a
Well, how can you
shoe.
tell it's the red light district from like a comb?
Well, because this string of homes that used to be there on
Lame.
this road, this is what it was known for, the red light district. It was a
I want them to dig
brothel.
up some lingerie,
Well,
a
and
little
they're
case
still
of Plan
getting
B
to
pills
it.
from the 1800s.
They may find that later
Some
this
old
week,
prophylactics.
Jeremy.
Prophylactic, I
You
was
don't
gonna say,
know.
yeah.
You don't know. But it is
shoe?
a part of our history in
penny?
Central City, and they're going to be able to document it.
We're
You don't
getting
know.
freaky.
100 years from now, people are going to look at this and be like, "How fascinating that this whole." I mean,
found a penny.
it's our civilization's oldest industry. So, of course, the stories that are tied to it, I don't know. I think it's pretty interesting. And shout out to the MSU Denver students who are creating history for us.
Good
They
job
are.
finding that shoe.
They're getting
And a penny. They found a penny. I
And
wonder
a
how much
comb.
or what you could.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
Oh, I
you
know.
get
I
for
heard
a
the whole
penny.
story, guys.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to this next one. 2 hikers were rescued in Telluride on different days from the same waterfall. I've been here. Colorado's tallest free-falling waterfall is Bridal Veil Falls. It is amazing. I love this hike so much, but apparently these 2 women, one from Ohio, one from Illinois, bunch of flatlanders. Authorities are saying if you're going to be hiking, just make sure you're prepared. We hear this story each and every season, but one of the women rolled their ankles.
Ow.
This is my worst nightmare out there because I hike alone. Like even this weekend,
Yeah.
I hike alone. I'd like to be by myself.
You need
The
to bring an
last
ace
thing-
bandage.
You have
An
to.
ace. And so you
The-
can put 2 sticks on each side of your ankle and then.
well,
There
you
you
just
go.
wrap it up nice and tight. But I mean, the last thing I want is some stranger carrying me down a mountain. Maybe I do. Want
Yes, you
that,
do.
actually.
What are
gonna
you
say,
talking
what
about?
are you talking
Got
about?
Got an
Katie?
18-month dry spell
He's
going
got to
on.
be like
Doesn't
strong
sound
to
that
do
bad.
that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like,
Ma'am, I got you. I'll carry you down.
Big old beard.
Get
how
on
does
my
it hurt?
back.
How much does it hurt to roll your ankle? Like how much?
It's
how
the
much is that?
worst. So
Is it?
it's funny. We went on a hike this weekend too, and towards the end, I rolled my right one, and then I immediately rolled my left one. Luckily, I didn't like snap. It's right at the end too.
Jeez.
We were on this hike.
Jeez.
I can tell you later.
Okay, tell us later.
Broke both my legs.
Oh my gosh. Good news is these 2 women are fine, but again, these authorities are like, make sure you have your hiking shoes because we don't know how long
It's
it's going
so
to take.
true.
They're like, we don't know how long it's going to take for us to get to you.
Get
You
those
could be up
boots
there
that go up
overnight.
around your ankles. And
You
you can
have
tie them
to.
off. It's so important.
If you're going to be
I
up
rolled my
there.
ankle stepping off my front porch. We caught it on ring cam and everything. Like, I mean,
Oh my
hard.
gosh,
Stepped
I
off and
remember that.
and it popped. And I fell down
Yeah.
in the lawn. That baby swelled up so huge. And that was probably 2 or 3 years ago. Ankle hasn't been the same
Oh, yeah.
since.
I have a-
mean,
I
I
have
could
a-
you feel it. Oh,
Plate and 9 screws in my ankle. Because
well, you
of-
win. Never mind.
Crack.
You win. Never
Yeah.
mind. 9 screws.
Also cried.
How'd you do
Remember
it?
I stripped over the dog.
You snapped your leg. You
Oh,
didn't
yeah.
Were you on
roll your
stairs?
ankle. You broke your ankle.
Yeah.
You know what
Yeah,
that
I
is?
broke.
You know what that is?
What?
Too much Del Taco.
Way too much.
Drink a glass of milk for God's sakes.
Have a taco in each hand.
Have
Keep
some
your balance.
Take your calcium supplements, Katie. My God. All right, coming up at 7 o'clock with JKJ. We'll I got a couple stories we can talk about. And then I want to hear about Katie's break. We were gone for the past 4 days. We all needed a little R&R, so I want to hear what you did, all right? I saw your pictures
Oh,
with a bunch of random
loved
people in
it.
waterfalls. So, we'll dive into that.
That's how I do.
At 7 o'clock. Jeremy, Katie, Josh. If you've listened to this morning show for any amount of time, Chris, old-time Chris, who used to be on the show, filling in for traffic today. Go ahead, Chris.
That's who it is.
I would love it if you came and hung out with me in Arvada here in just a few weeks. July 13th, it's my 4th annual Pint for Pint blood drive. You can sign up right now to reserve your time. You can do that at mix100.com, and here's how it works. You come down and donate a pint of blood to Vitalant Blood Bank donations at the Colorado Tap House in Arvada on July 13th. And when you donate that pint of blood, the Tap House will turn around and give you a voucher for a free pint of beer on your next visit to the Colorado Tap House. That's why I'm calling it Pint for Pint. Now, donation times are from noon to 4 on July 13th. You gotta go reserve your time. This thing books up every single time that we do it. It's such a good cause, such a fun event. Mix100.com. Click the Pint for Pint link there on the homepage and reserve your time, because the fine people at Vitalant need to know how many people they need on the blood bus to be pumping it out of you,
The
essentially.
blood bus.
They pull up the big blood bus.
That sounds cool.
It's air conditioned. They have snacks in there. Everybody's super friendly. And it's so important to donate blood.
Oh, it is, yeah.
The blood banks are constantly running low. And again, every time I've done this, they fill up all the spots. And they zip you in and out, and sometimes we even have people that walk up. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, what are you doing? I'll give blood right now. So it's a really, really fun event. Please come and hang out. I believe Josh and Katy might pop by.
Absolutely.
So you get to meet the entire morning show. So sign up now, mix100.com. It's my Pint for Pint blood drive, July 13th at the Colorado Tap House in Arvada. And I hope to see a lot of people there for this event. Really, really appreciate it. Do I have anything I want to tell you before we get to Katy's stuff? Well, it's funny because we left for 4 days. We had a little mini vacay. And there is this story out this morning talking about the non-negotiable perks that job applicants want nowadays. It's like, if you want me to work here, I need a 4-day work week. You got to have a nap room, a fun room, and it has to be pet friendly.
Wow.
And is this a daycare or a work
That's
place?
exactly what I
Like,
thought. Do we have finger
wait
painting
a
in the
sec.
corner?
Snacks.
Little
I'm
microwave?
always for snacks, but
Yeah.
this seems a little
Any mac and
ridiculous.
cheese cups by the microwave at all times? What's a fun room? I mean,
I
I
mean.
but
I'm not
nap-
going to say no to that.
Yeah,
but
that's
fun.
right next to the nap room. But yeah, that's like the biggies: a 4-day work week, nap rooms, fun rooms, which is obviously going to be like what, foosball, maybe some
Yeah.
arcade machines, some beers on tap. I don't know, and then pet friendly, so you can bring your pet. That is a lot to ask
We
for.
need all that to work?
Yeah,
Like,
at work now.
Yeah, I'm
If you
okay
want,
with that.
you know,
Would it be 4?
Gen Zers to work there.
Yeah, 4 10-hour
Wow.
days. 'Cause that's-
Probably.
Yeah.
I don't know. The 4-day work week doesn't sound too bad, though. I'm not going to lie.
Done.
And then the number one thing was the paid vacation and sick leave. That was like the top of the list.
Well, I mean, that's pretty standard for each generation, though, right? I know when I negotiate jobs, the paid sick time and the paid, time off, that you think about that when you take it, right?
And it's
Absolutely,
so
yeah.
important that you take
Yeah.
it. I mean, I know I've got like a buttload of weeks built up because I never
You
take
do.
vacation. So that's when the opportunity arose for this past weekend. And we're like, should we get out of here? It's beautiful out. Little mini summer vacay. And we're like, let's do it.
Yay!
Believe it or not, we also need to decompress and just be alone, no noise. And it's nice because we get stories to come back and talk about.
Yeah.
And I know Katie's got a doozy for us here in a second, but
Oh, yeah.
tell us about where you went and what you did.
Oh, well, I actually went over to the Western Slope to see all my old radio homies and hang out.
How long did you work out there?
I worked in Grand Junction specifically for 7 years. I was
wow.
at that group of stations, and I have some of my best friends are over there. I got some of them were actually out doing their own little summer vacation things, and as you said, this was last minute, and so I hit everybody up like, "Oh my God, I'm coming!" They're like, "I'm not even there." I was like, "Oh no!"
So you
I
take a
know.
selfie at their desk and
Exactly.
Yes.
I did. I actually went back to my old station and I surprised my old general manager and a couple salespeople. And it's just so neat to like walk into a place and see everybody and just be like so excited to see them.
Well, and not to mention, you left Grand Junction and then you
Yeah.
came here. You're on this show, and we
Yeah.
just got the Colorado Broadcasters Association Best Morning Show.
Yeah.
Best radio station personalities. So did you bring the plaques to show everybody?
Oh, I did not.
You're like,
no.
look at me now.
No, but they brought it up.
Did
and
they?
were very sweet about it, because again, like they know we call it in radio market jumping. So I went from market unrated, because Grand Junction isn't even in the rated radio markets in the U.S., to market, I believe, we're like 19 now?
Something like that.
Something like that, under 20. But it is a huge career jump for anybody to do that. And so they were just so proud of me. And that's what everyone kept saying. We are so proud of you. Like, we tell everyone all the time. And it's so sweet and a little overwhelming to go back and receive that much love.
You loved every
I
second
needed
of it.
I
You
loved
needed it.
every second of
Let's
it.
just say, insider information, Katie had a bad week last
I
week.
did.
And now I know
did.
why you went back to there, and then you brought your awards up and everything
Stroking
just
that
for
ego.
the praise
They
and
brought
the
it up.
gushing.
They
I know now why you
brought it
left.
But you didn't stop them, Katie. They brought it up, but you didn't
stop
I
it
was like,
some more.
Tell me more.
Tell me more. Tell me how great I am.
But no, I loved all the love, and I loved going back to all the food that I absolutely adored when I was there, because that's something about Western Slope as well, is the food's on another level. I mean, the soil that they have out there for their produce, but also the beef, the meat, all of the dairy. It is all, I don't know why it's so much better. It just is. So every time I go back, it's a big deal for me to make sure that I eat everything in sight.
As you should.
I did that.
As you should.
First stop was Del Taco, because I missed it. So we went there, and then I brought my
I
coworkers
love how you're bragging
tacos.
about how everything is different and
And she goes,
better, and the beef, and oh my god, the
Then I went to
peaches,
Del
and
Taco.
then I rolled into Del Taco.
Okay. Just because I missed it so much. But then
How many
I
times did
went
you eat there?
3
Oh
times.
my gosh,
I
Katie.
know, but it's so good. And I ate other places too.
Oh, I know.
I ate like 6 times in 24 hours while I was there, just
It's
because
all
I
right.
had to fit it
You
all
on
in.
vacation.
I had to fit it all in.
Treat yourself.
But yeah, then I went to a wonderful place, which is Rifle Falls. I
Let me look it up.
adore that place. It's a triple waterfall. So, and they call it like a
So many
rain.
2 minutes. That's almost too much.
No,
waterfall.
it's not. It's just
Oh,
the
look at
right
that.
amount.
that's
Okay,
pretty.
all
And
right.
they
It's
say
beautiful.
Yeah, it
it's
is.
like the most rainforest type
Totally.
landscape in Colorado, because it is just full and green, and oh my god, you can actually go see some pictures, I believe, still in our Instagram stories. I might have to put some new ones up.
Yeah,
so
send me
people
some.
can
I'll
check
throw
it
them
out.
up on Facebook.
Yeah, but it like I
All right, it's
hiked
pretty.
all
Is there
over
caves
that
and
thing.
stuff behind
Yeah,
it?
there's caves. There's so much. There's so many geological formations that just fascinating.
It looks like you can get underneath them.
You can.
Like,
you
yeah.
You
Behind
can
'em.
go
Go
through
behind 'em.
them. You can go behind them.
That would be a place I need. I should have went there with
Yeah.
Nick because I've always said I want to make out with my wife behind a waterfall.
This is where you could do it.
You could
can
totally
make
do
out
that,
with someone
dude.
behind a waterfall.
Right there.
Well,
This is where you can do
I'll run
that.
up there today.
You missed out on
There
a
you
huge
go.
opportunity.
After work, go make out behind a
Yeah.
waterfall. But yeah, and it's a fascinating again because it's like you can climb all around it, and there's like a lake that you can walk around. Oh, there's just so many things. I spent all day there. I hiked a total of like 6 miles, but there was a story. You ready for this story that happened? This
Okay.
was crazy. So when I got to the waterfall, the first thing I did was go up behind it, and I was there so early that I really got to enjoy like 15 minutes of pure just loneliness by myself behind that waterfall, and it was everything I needed.
That's
I
got to
just-
be like magical.
Yeah,
It
just
is.
quiet,
The
just
serenity.
hearing the water.
I mean, just being there and just meditating, you know, I
Yeah.
mean, and just thinking about all the people who were there before you. That's huge for me. I go there and I really just absorb the moment. But as I was leaving, there was a man, an older man who was standing by the stairs. And at first I didn't quite catch what he was saying to me, but then he was just like, do you enjoy the waterfall? And I'm like, oh my gosh, you're going to love it. Wait till you go up there. And he's like, oh, I'm going this way. Can you help me down the stairs? And I was like, sure. So
That's very kind of
yeah,
you.
well, it was an older man. I didn't want him to slip and fall. The stairs were wet from the
Yeah.
waterfall and
I got
whatnot.
weak knees.
So, you know, he
Young
grabbed,
lady.
he grabbed my hand, and he grabbed my hand like you would a child, right? Like he clasped my hand in that cup formation. And so
Okay.
we're walking down the stairs, and he starts saying something. And as we get down to the last stair, he grabs my hand tighter and then interlocks his fingers.
Oh, like relationship
So
hand
now
holding.
he's holding my hand as
how
if we're
sweet,
dating.
guys.
I was like, how did this happen? What?
I
He
just
didn't
feel
let go.
safer this way.
He didn't let go. That's kind of what he said. He's like, I don't want to slip and fall. Do you mind having a companion on on your hike? And I'm like, oh God, how did
like
this
he's
happen?
like after the stairs, we're going on further.
Now we're gonna hang out. I just got there. I was like,
so how far did you go with
I
him?
don't want to hang out with, and it's why I'm here. So I don't have to see people. So we keep going a little bit, and then he starts asking me questions. And I was like, he's like, are you here alone? And I'm like, oh, that's a weird.
No,
it's like, no,
I'm not.
My 10 friends are camping down at the campsite, and I'm just hiking the waterfall, but we're gonna meet up in a minute. And he's
That's
like, are you
smart.
from here? Like, he starts asking me, and the questions he's asking me, I'm like, why do you need to know this? So then I look
Do you have a knife on you?
Yeah, I'm like looking at him like, I feel like I'm going to have to describe you in a few minutes. So I looked at what he was wearing.
Smart,
yeah,
though.
so he's wearing a polo, a belt with khakis, and penny loafers on a hike. And I was like, this is odd. Meanwhile, he is still holding my hand in that interlocking fashion. And we're coming down the stairs, and I'm just getting overwhelmingly uneasy. I'm like, I don't like this. And all of a sudden, a young girl, probably 15, 16, starts coming up the stairs. And she looks at me, and I look at her, and my eyes are panicked. I'm like, help me, And so she's like, hi. And I was like, oh, is that the parking lot over there? Like, that's where this trail goes. It goes straight to the parking lot. I'm so sorry, sir. Like, I guess you're going to have to find a different hike. And I grab my hand away, and he's like, can I have a hug? And I'm like, I think I'm going to go. He grabbed my arm and gave me a hug anyway. Like, he grabbed
pulled
me
himself on
and
you.
pulled me in for a hug. And I'm like trying to push him away. And I was like, okay, have a good day. And as he goes away, he grabbed my boob.
He grabbed your boob?
What?
Katie?
No,
Oh my gosh.
And I just was
Did you go
so
Chuck Norris hopping?
I almost did.
You should have
had
punched that guy in the throat.
I really had to get myself together because
What?
every part of me wanted to
I don't
body
like
slam
this.
an old man.
Yeah, but I'm like, he's 70, so it's
I
like,
know,
well, what
but
do you
he still
do?
can't be
I know, but
grabbing
still
you.
can't
No,
do
no.
You
that.
could have shoved him down.
I
Did
almost
you?
did. I pushed him away, and then he was like, "Can I have another hug?" I'm like,
round two?
God, dude.
So did you?
No,
Katie?
no.
I mean, you're in that 18-month dry spell.
No, I'm not gonna hug you. And I was like, "You have a good day." And the girl actually grabbed me, and we started walking together. And she started to ask me what happened, and I was just
Good
like,
night.
"I'm so scared right now." And I was scared, but not scared, but just.
It's not like he could chase
nervous.
It was just
Yeah.
shocking to
It
have
was
that
shocking.
happen in the middle
I
of nowhere.
I felt very overwhelmed in my happy place
violated.
chair. Like, so then the girl actually said to me, she's like, "Hey, my dad's in the parking lot if you need help." That statement just immediately, somebody's dad there immediately
Come
made
up
me
and
feel
help you
better.
if you
I
need
know,
to.
like, just the thought of somebody's dad helping me, I was like, okay, thank you so much. But then once I did kind of gather my wits and everything was fine, I did find a ranger. I told them exactly what happened. I was like, I just want
described
you
him
to
in
know,
his dumb polo and
if
his
this
penny
guy,
loafers.
if this guy's up there asking some young girl to help him and then gets her alone somewhere, I was like,
Yeah, it's
oh no,
not
we
good.
need to make sure this doesn't happen. So I did go and find someone and tell someone. And then I looked for him for a little bit. I was
With
like,
a giant
you,
rock in
you
your
don't
hand?
want me
Yeah.
to roll up on you now. Like, I was like, oh
You're like,
my
go stand
gosh.
towards the edge of that falls.
But, you know,
I'm
I-
shocked by
It was probably the craziest thing that's ever happened to me on a hike. And
well,
'cause, you know,
yeah.
'cause I
Absolutely.
carry like bear spray and I carry things to help protect me from nature. And now I'm gonna have to carry human spray.
No, you could have nailed him with some bear
Oh,
spray.
you
I-
could have nailed
I
him.
know.
I wish you had.
Yeah.
No, well, it again, like
In the moment.
in the moment, I just did, and then that girl showed up. I was just like,
Thank
I felt
God,
like I
yeah.
had to protect
You
her.
got a little
bit.
witness
Like,
there.
Yeah, so it was just crazy. But again, everyone's fine, and the Rangers knew all about him, and I didn't hear anything
Dang.
happening after that. But it was just a very, very crazy situation. And just be aware of your surroundings. I think something that I am proud of myself for is that I did look at what he was wearing so I could give that description to the ranger, because if I didn't do that, I don't know if I would have remembered. I think everything happened so fast that I don't know if I would have remembered those specifics. I'm not the most observant person, but all in all,
God, I almost would have gotten my phone out and just started snapping pictures of
I
him.
know,
like that.
I almost
Yeah.
did. Again,
Yeah,
it was all just
seriously.
like, it all happened so fast. But again, I went on a 6-mile hike after that, and I went up and down that whole waterfall and all the way around it. And so I
bet you had some
feel like
adrenaline.
I,
You're like-
I
Yeah.
did. Oh my God. And then
Yeah.
you should have seen me eat after. I was like, "Argh." I went to Smoke Modern
ravenous.
Barbecue in Glenwood Springs, and I tore that place up.
I need more. Give me more.
The adrenaline that I went up and down that day. I mean, I'm always hungry, but I was hungry.
You're fired up after that.
I was so hungry.
Well, that's I'm sorry that
Crazy,
happened to
right?
you.
That's
That is scary, but
so crazy.
I'm glad it was just a little old man that
Seriously,
that you
know.
could push away and get away from too. I mean,
Exactly.
what a creeper! And
Yeah.
to do that in a beautiful location,
Please don't do
where somebody
that.
is
ruin it for you,
vulnerable.
though.
Yeah. And
Hopefully it didn't ruin
they
it
had
for
a
you.
bunch of like
Gosh.
little kids there doing like a camp thing too. So it
That's
was a
what you
very
really
busy
start worrying
day.
about,
And I
yeah.
was like, you know what, dude, this is not the place you do that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You don't do that, period.
Period.
Yeah.
Definitely here.
Well, I don't know if I can even tell my vacation recap at 8:00. I can't beat that.
No. It was a weekend.
My goodness, it was a weekend for you. That is nutty. Well, thank you for sharing.
Yes, of course.
Crazy. All right, guys, coming up 7:30. It's the first game of Fast Five for the week. We've got a family 4-pack of Elitch Gardens tickets up for grabs this week, so that'll be a lot of fun. Right now, though, we're going to hop in and talk to Chris here on traffic. Go ahead, Chris. Yeah. Denver's best music, Mix 100. Jeremy, Katy, Josh in the morning. We'll be diving into Fast Five here in a few minutes. Well, in about a minute or so. I do want to read this great email that came in from Bruce. He says, "Hi, JKJ. Love the show. I'm a wildlife photographer in Boulder, and I love listening to you guys all morning long while I'm driving back from shooting birds around sunrise with his camera." He goes, "I have a suggestion for Fast Five today," and this one made me laugh. In 10 seconds, name 5 of Nick Cannon's 12 children.
Oh, that's funny.
I mean, impossible, but darn
I know.
funny, Bruce.
Not even Nick Cannon can do that.
That's pretty darn funny, buddy. So thank you, Bruce. Thanks for having us on in the morning while you're doing your photography. Coming up at 8 o'clock today, I'll give you a little vacation recap, what I did with Nick Knack over the weekend. And then I do have an email I want to read. We'll see if we have time to get into it, about the worst pain ever. What was your worst pain ever? We'll be diving into that today at 8 o'clock. Can you think about it,
Well,
Katy?
you're going to get a lot of
like
moms calling.
Physical pain,
Yeah,
not
you're gonna
emotional.
You're going to get a lot of moms calling.
Let me tell you about my ex-wife. I got to tell you, that was painful.
My heart still hurts.
We'll be doing that today at 8 with JKJ. I think it's time to dive into some Fast Five. Let's have some fun.
Woo.
Here we are. Yes, we are back from our little vacation. Took 4 days off, so now we're going to dive right back into, yes, a live version of Fast Five here at Denver's Mix 100. If you'd like to call and play, 303-691-1MIX, 303-691-1649. I'll get you here in the studios for a little FF. Brought to you by our good friends over at It's Just Lunch, where you can turn first dates into lasting connections. Go to It's Just Lunch, Colorado. .com. 303-691-1MIX, 303-691-1649. If you'd like to play Fast Five today, here's how it works. We'll get you on the air, get to know you a little bit, find out what you did over your weekend, and then I will toss a category at you and start a 10-second timer. And within those 10 seconds, you've got to give us 5 things that have to do with that category. Katy, give me a couple examples that we did last week.
Well, you have asked for in the past 5 movies with Paul Rudd,
Right.
5 body parts that start with the letter S. The one that won it the day we left was movies with The Rock. And do you remember Sarah was like a rock expert?
That's
like
right.
out the gate.
She was all hot and bothered.
Didn't even breathe in between the movies.
She knew The Rock.
She sure did.
She definitely knew The Rock. So that's the charm of this game. You never know what the categories are going to be. You might get one that you're an expert at, or you might get a stumper. But the key is just to call in, have some fun with this here morning show, and we like meeting our listeners. So 303-691-1MIX, 303-691-1649. If you get a busy signal, keep trying. Josh is in the other room working through these calls right now. And Katy, what's our prize this week?
You're winning a 4-pack of tickets to Elage's. Take the family. Well, they've got 54 ride slides, dive-in movies. Elage Gardens Theme and Water Park has something for everyone, Jeremy.
Love it.
You're winning a 4-pack of family passes.
Love it.
Yay!
All part of Mix 100's All Access Summer, hooking you guys up with the biggest concerts and the most fun events all summer long. It's Mix 100's All Access Summer. All right, here's your phone number one more time if you'd like to get in to play Fast Five. 303-691-1MIX. 303-691-1649. And here's Carlin. Hi, Carlin. Going once. Carlin, going.
Good morning. How are you guys?
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Doing good.
How was your weekend? What'd you do?
I was great. Went to the Aurora Reservoir and just hung out and did some paddleboarding and enjoyed the hot weather.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that at all. Yeah, it was crazy hot down here, wasn't it? I was in Grand Junction, and you know what? Obviously, it was hot out there, too. It was
It's like 100.
It was hot everywhere.
It was a hot weekend in Colorado.
It was really hot. I hope you put your SPF on, Carlin.
Yes. Oh yeah. I got a little redhead too, so we got to lather her up.
And reapply.
Keep a sweater on that
Yep.
kid. Keep a sweater on that kid. All right, buddy. What do I have for you? All right, I got a few with They came in with from some listeners this weekend, so I'm going to try to roll through these as my computer froze up. Okay, there it goes. All right, so no sequels, but in
no sequels.
10 seconds, give me 5 movies starring the very talented John Cena. Go.
Oh man. Oh, not good.
Oh no.
The baby. Yeah, this is not going to go well. I'm just going to admit defeat already.
Yeah, we'll just let that one go. We'll pretend like that didn't happen at all.
It's all right. One Fast Five.
Oh, there's a ton of them, buddy. There's a lot of them. He's
Well,
been around.
I had my mind on The Rock because I heard you talking about
I
The Rock.
know.
was like,
I know. As
Threw
soon as
you a
Katie said
curveball.
that, I was like, I got to pull up this
Yep.
email because I know there's one related. I always call John Cena like the Kroger version of The Rock. You know, he's like the generic version of The Rock.
yeah.
Carlin, we
right.
appreciate you having us on in the morning, buddy. You have a great day.
You guys too. Thanks.
All right, later.
He was like, no, not happening.
Not happening.
Not
Hi,
today.
Lee.
Hi.
Hi, good morning to you. Happy Monday. What'd you do this weekend?
Tried to avoid the heat at all costs.
You stay
How'd you
inside.
do?
Are you a redhead?
No. Just, pool, birthday parties, kept the kids cool, but yeah,
Yeah.
just tried to stay inside.
All
keep
the
it cool.
summer stuff. That's good.
All the summer stuff.
It was
for
so. I
you.
felt like I heard my air conditioner cough last night, Lee. Like, for real, guys, just turn me off.
Please.
Literally.
My
The cool weather
gosh.
this morning is nice.
Yeah, for
Super
sure.
nice, super
Exactly.
nice. All right, what do I have for you?
Oh, man.
Oh boy.
Oh, boy.
No, don't worry. No John Cena questions. We're done with
Yeah,
that.
hopefully not more John Cena.
We are done with that. All right, so let's talk siblings. In 10 seconds, please give me 5 pairs of famous siblings. Go.
Ooh, the Affleck, Ben and Casey Affleck.
Yep.
You have the Coen brothers, Ethan and
Okay.
whatever Cohen.
Time's up.
Oh, man.
Too much explaining. Just got to roll through.
Oh no! Yeah, it's the story of my life.
Guilty too,
The
though, Lee.
Jonas Brothers, Mary Kate and Ashley, Venus and Serena,
There's a lot.
Gigi and Bella Hadid.
All right.
So
I
many.
know.
Beyonce and Solange, yeah.
Yep.
Darn it, Lee. Darn it.
All right.
Well, it was very nice talking to you. Very nice meeting you. You have a great week.
You too. We'll listen to y'all later.
Thank you.
Stay
Bye.
cool, Lee.
Hi. Cheryl. Hi, Cheryl.
Hi, how are you?
Well, we're super dupes. Says you were at swim meets all weekend?
Yes, my daughter had a swim meet. My son broke his arm the last day of school, so he finally got his cast off and was able to do the swim meet.
Oh, that's got to be a good feeling.
Best feeling.
Yeah,
You don't want to roll through summer break with a cast on.
No.
absolutely not. So fingers crossed nothing else happened.
So how did the arm get broken?
He was walking to the bathroom and tripped over a crack.
Boy, that's embarrassing.
I know.
That's
like,
But he's
embarrassing.
going to come up with a better story. So
He does.
That's
We
like
gotta work on
Katie
that.
tripping over her dog, and now she's got
I
a plate
know.
and 9 screws in her leg.
It's not a fun story to tell. That's what I usually say. I fought a bear. You know, like that's
Yeah.
just it.
That's
he
hilarious.
deserves an Elitch trip. So
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So how did the swim meet go?
Oh, it went great. They did awesome. My daughter
good.
did great. My son did great. It was good getting out of the heat and
Yeah.
just a great way to spend Saturday.
Like, how much does that cost to keep your kids in swim? Like, almost professionally.
A lot of
Is it a
money,
lot?
but
Okay.
it's worth it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out something else that my daughter can do that she would get into. I feel like that might be good. We've talked about golf, actually.
Yeah, golf's good, but swim is also good exercise. They practice every morning,
Yeah.
and they get to see their friends in the summer, and
Yeah.
there's lots of good things. So I encourage that.
I've been trying to push my wife to go swimming more because she was a long-time runner. She would do marathons and everything, and now her knees are shot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
and
it's
she's-
really good.
Yeah,
for fun,
she's
so.
like looking for something else to exercise, burn fat and
Yeah.
everything. I'm like, you gotta go swimming, and she's like, I don't want to go to the rec center. Everybody poops in that pool.
You just can't think about that.
I know.
Solid
Just
reason
close
to
your
not,
mouth.
Just
not
yep,
want to go.
keep your mouth closed.
Yeah.
And, burn your swimsuit when you're done.
Exactly.
Funny. All right, sweet Cheryl, let's do a little fast 5 with you. What do I have for you? Okay, so the letter is K, like kangaroo.
Okay.
In 10 seconds, please give me 5 brands that start with the letter K. Go.
Kroger, Kirkland.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Kettle Chip.
Ah.
Kettle chips is one, though.
Sure.
That's 3.
All we needed was Kellogg's, Kia, and KFC.
I
Oh my
know.
god!
Ah.
I even DoorDash too, so I know all that.
Oh, man.
That's okay. Next time, I'll try again.
It was so nice talking to you. You have a
Yes.
great day,
Thank you
Cheryl.
so much.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay.
Ah, that's a stinker.
Ah.
That opened up a phone line if you want to play Fast 5, 303-691-1-MIX, 303-691-1649. If you think you can get in on this action, give it a shot. Hi, Megan.
Hi.
Hi. Good morning. Is this right? My screen says you went to Lakeside over the weekend.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Did you get a tetanus shot before you went?
I know.
I know. It seems to get worse and worse every year too.
Yeah, I'm
My
surprised
kids
that
love
place
it,
is
so.
still
Yeah.
open. What does it cost
I
to get
know.
into Lakeside now?
They have a couple different options. They have one where you could just purchase some tickets, and then they have a wristband option.
Okay.
I think it was $20 or something. It depends on the day too, so it's all.
Wow.
Yeah,
Still feel like you overpaid a little bit.
yeah, for sure.
I think it's a rite of passage at
It's-
this point, right? Like if you live in Colorado, you have to go to Lakeside at least, but
Yeah.
you're right.
I go, but I don't ride the rides. They literally scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
There's
They're all
Same.
rickety and
They don't.
I know,
Yeah.
like that big wooden
don't-
one still. I'm like,
Yeah, I'm like, what's the
My kids
seatbelt
are-
gonna do?
Yeah, they're all creaking and shaking.
Yeah,
My
I
kids are getting older
know.
now. They want to ride the big ones. So I'm like, it was different when they were just the small rides, but now I'm getting a little nervous. I won't even get on them.
Yeah,
Oh,
little rickety.
yeah.
Little Rickety. They're actually going to rename the roller coaster to Little Rickety.
Little
over there.
rickety.
It's true.
They should.
All right, Miss Thing. What do I have for you? Let's do the letter N this time. N, like no. In 10 seconds, please give me 5 countries that end with the letter N. Go.
The end.
Uh-oh.
Japan.
1.
Why is it so hard? My mind went to products right away.
Oh, did it?
Uh,
Yeah, there's a lot. Afghanistan, Iran,
Oh.
Jordan,
I could not put my brain
Kazakhstan,
over.
Spain, Sweden. There's all
there's
of
a
them.
lot of them.
There's a lot of them, Megan.
My
I'm
mind
thinking
went
of
blank too.
Nestle
Megan.
and
All right, Megan, go live your
All
life.
right,
Have a good
fair
day.
enough. You too.
Bye.
Bye.
You want to play Fast 5, 303-691-1649. We'll get you in the studios. Hi, Rosa.
Hi.
How are you today?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. How
Right
are you?
on. Well, we're super dupes. We're happy to be back. It was a nice little vacay for us. Got
Right.
away, decompressed a little bit. What'd you do this weekend?
I went to a birthday barbecue.
Ooh, not mad at that. What was on the
Yeah.
grill?
Yeah.
Birthday barbecue.
Okay, so it was quite the spread. They had this
Yeah.
amazing rice, hamburgers, hot dogs, the works, and salmon, deviled eggs were amazing. It was all just amazing. Really
Oh my
good
gosh.
food.
Rice at a barbecue. Like I've never heard
It
of
was-
that.
I know, right?
But it's you started with it, so it must have been fabulous.
It was homemade, and it was like all fresh ingredients. It was amazing. Shout out to Janice for a great time.
Yeah.
Right on, Janice.
Janice and her rice.
Janice in the
Shout out
house.
to you.
Yeah.
Killer rice, Janet.
Yeah.
Janice, whatever your name is. All right, let's do some Fast 5.
Okay.
You ever drunk texted anybody?
Oh.
Drunk tested? I'm not sure what that means.
Drunk texted.
Drunk texted. You got
Oh,
drunk and you
texted? Yeah.
texted somebody.
Not drunk tested. I
Not
know.
tested.
That's a totally
No,
different thing.
You're completely wasted and then you start texting people.
Yeah, I've done that.
All
yeah.
right. Well, in 10 seconds, please give me 5 people you should never drunk text. Go.
Your mom, your dad, your coworker, your boss, your babysitter, your dog walker, your fish tank cleaner, your supervisor, your trainer.
Yo,
Your
what
priest,
kind of fish
yeah.
you bring in?
Hey, I love the way you clean my tank.
Scrub it over here, will you?
Why don't you come over and clean my tank, baby?
Fish tank cleaner was my favorite.
Oh, Rosa, you won Fast 5 today.
Yay!
Yay! Well done.
Thank you.
You did all the heavy lifting. That's great. That was a fun one. That one made me laugh today.
That was good.
Well, good news is you just won a family 4-pack of tickets to Elitch's.
Yay!
Which is awesome. Their rides are in tip-top shape there. We love Elitch's. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put you on hold and pass you off to Josh in the next room, and he'll get all your information and let you know how to get those tickets, all right?
Sounds good. Thanks so much.
Thank you so much.
Bye, Rosa.
He's very kind.
That was so sweet.
That one's a silly
the
one.
fish tank cleaner. I'm gonna think about that all day. Like, is that bubbles
good.
in your pocket? Or?
Is that a fish in your pocket? I know. As a matter of fact, it is.
Look at my beta.
Help me. Baby got beta. All right, guys, we're going to have some more fun today at 8 o'clock here with Jeremy, Katy. Josh, I'll do a quick little vacay recap for you guys, tell you where I was. It's kind of funny because Katy and I crossed paths and we didn't even know it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you where I was, and then I want to dive into this email, too, talking about the worst pain that you've ever been in. I posted this on my Facebook last night, and some of the stories were so cringy. They were fantastic. So be thinking about that. The worst pain, I'm talking physical pain, that you've ever been in. We will dive into that email today at 8 o'clock with Jeremy, Katy, and Josh. Let's check in with Chris on traffic today. Thank you for having JKJ on in the morning. We appreciate you guys. This show is driven by Groove Subaru, your fast, fun, and friendly way to drive happy. Go browse their online inventory. Get you a Subi. GrooveSubaru.com. And don't forget, you can download the Mix 100 Denver app and listen to us wherever you are this summer, especially if you're laying by the pool, getting your bake on your skin, and if you're smoking pot weed, I don't know.
Oh, wow.
Get your bake on. I don't know. But download it. It's free. Mix 100 Denver in the App Store. And it's got this great little feature. There's a little microphone in the corner, and you can send us voice messages, just like Drew does every day around this time for Drew's Daily Dad Joke. Hey! That's one of his better ones.
That's a good one.
That's really good.
Light blue.
Light
That's
blue, get it?
That makes
funny.
sense.
Get it? Oh, Drew.
He's getting better and better at those.
He's getting really good.
He is.
He's going to be a stand-up comic.
I
I'm telling
mean, and it's all started here.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
you. He's got time.
You can tell now that he's getting into it. He's getting a little more energy, and he's a little more
Yeah.
enthusiastic about all this.
Drew's bringing it.
Thank you, Drew. Really, really appreciate it. Did you guys see this new term that is out and about? It's called fambushing. Anyone? Fambushing.
Ambushing.
So we've talked about this before, how parents are downloading apps to track their teenagers, but now reverse that. Some teens now are using them to keep tabs on their parents. And now parents are complaining about it because it's spurred this hot new trend called fambushing. And basically what it is your teens are on there tracking your moves, parents, and you don't like it because say you go rolling into a Del Taco or a Starbucks or something, and your teen immediately sends you a message, hey, Christy, Mom, since you're at Starbucks, bring me something. So parents are getting annoyed with this because essentially your kids are stalking your location and asking you to bring things back.
That's funny.
When you just want to go get your own Mexican food, maybe, and they're like, hey, Mom, bring me back some enchiladas. I see you're at the enchilada place.
I kind of
Zoe
like that.
does
Fambushing.
this to me
I figured. I was going to ask
Thought
you if
so.
she's been tracking you
all the time.
and like, Mom, bring me, because she's very needy.
All the time.
And you'll do anything for her.
I absolutely will. So, but I will be at a place and she'll be like, I heard they had a great burger. You want to
I just happen to notice that you're there,
yeah,
Mom.
right? Exactly. Oh, that's crazy. I also want this and this, Yeah, she does this to me all the time. I didn't realize it was a thing. And we do share each other's location. Just, again, I wake up in the middle of the night to see where she is. Like,
But you're just a good mama bear.
I'm
You
the
know, make
mom.
sure
Asking
she's
for
safe.
things.
I
Yeah.
should know where she is. But yeah, she's been tracking me for years, and she will just randomly text me like, I want a taco.
Mom, I
For
want a
real.
taco.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
I
funny.
see you're at Sephora. Can you get me some mascara? Like, it doesn't stop with food
You know, you can just say
all
no.
the time.
You can just say no.
Can you?
No.
You 100% can, yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
I didn't know that.
I didn't
Just
know
say
that was
no,
allowed.
kitty cat. Don't let her control your
She's
life
my sweet
like
little
that.
baby Nana.
She's fambushing you.
Oh no.
Fambushing. Now you know. Now you can fire back and be like, "Hey, quit fambushing."
I'm
me.
gonna
She's gonna
say,
be like,
are you
"Whoa, my mom is
fambushing
so
me?"
tapped in.
Yeah.
She's like the coolest mom.
She
knows-
found out.
She knows all the slang. I'll give you this too. The color psychologists online, they've been studying colors for years, and they say with everybody being anxious and having anxiety, wear the color green. They say
Yes.
green will calm you. It's got a calming effect. It tends to be soothing. When you wear green, you will feel more relaxed and less anxious.
Maybe.
Whatever.
Does this also apply to teal? Because teal is my favorite
I like teal.
color.
It's in the
Like,
green camp.
I'll wear it every day. I like jewelry with teal in it, the turquoise.
Does it matter what color green? Like, are you popping lime green on, or is it
Oh,
You're
like
gonna have to
right?
do your own
a
research.
deep forest green?
I feel like lime green would
Ooh.
give me anxiety.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
It's
agree.
got to be a dark green.
But yeah,
I
forest
think.
green. I think even just thinking about it
The lime
calms
green's-
me a little.
The lime
Yeah.
green reminds me of the scene in where Brick wears lime green in the weather, and he's doing the weather, and he can't see himself on Anchorman.
Oh, right.
And he freaks out, and that's
right.
a lot of
Yeah.
anxiety.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That's I don't want to wear that.
That is funny. I didn't even think about that. I posted some meme over the weekend too about, you guys remember back in like the 90s, it was like 90 to 98 or something. The color green was so prevalent. It was on clothes and carpet and furniture, and you know your best friend's mom drove the Ford Explorer that was green. The Eddie Bauer edition.
Yeah.
We had the Eddie Bauer Expedition green.
Yes,
and then my grandparents had
that.
the green shag carpet, which was horrendous.
That was a 90s thing. There was this huge green push back in the 90s, which is funny. Yeah, you'd walk in and your buddies would have like a bright green couch, and you're like, well,
All
here
right.
we are.
Here we are.
1996. I did like this story this morning. It's a Harvard professor who's been studying love for more than 2 decades, and he revealed the secret behind a long-lasting relationship, and it has nothing to do with romantic passion. Ooh, baby, baby. They say to keep those long-term relationships, your partner should also be your best friend,
Well, duh.
your bestie. They say those passion levels, all the sexy time, that's naturally going to decrease over the years. They say it's actually healthy and normal for all that to decrease because you start finding other things that you're into and you become even closer. They say that you should become best friends, find things to do together, because a lot of marriages fail once the kids leave the house because you find that you have nothing in common but your kids and your kids' activities and what are the kids doing. And my God, I was just talking to my next door neighbor about a week ago, and he's like, well, we're empty nesters now. He's like, all the girls are out. And he's like, and I'm finding that my wife and I don't really care for each other. I was like, whoa, red flag. He's like, we have nothing in common. He's like, and it's slightly concerning.
Oh,
You can
no.
find
Slightly.
something.
And that's
Just
why I was
start
like, you got to do
relearning.
something.
Yeah.
It was funny because I saw him outside yesterday and they were planting flowers together in the front yard. I'm like,
Aw.
oh, you guys are working on
Look
it.
at
Rekindling.
that.
You're becoming best
You're
friends.
finding hobbies.
Meanwhile,
so-
he's like, I'm out here planning.
Yeah, and he's like, please kill me. Please
Can
kill
we
me.
just watch a game?
He's like,
as
let's
a
just get
hobby?
divorced.
Let's just do it.
Let's just wrap it up.
Aw.
I like this story because we did get away this weekend for a little, we were calling it marriage maintenance, continuing to be lovers and friends. It was our marriage maintenance weekend, and we jumped on the opportunity. We had a 4-day weekend because Juneteenth fell here at, everywhere, and then at work we actually get that day off.
Yeah.
And then we had some time built up for Friday, so we were like, let's take a 4-day weekend. So I called my mom and said, hey, could you watch the kids over the weekend? And she's like, absolutely, go have fun. So Nick Nack and I loaded up the old family SUV and went out to Palisade.
Yay.
Very close to where you were, Katie.
Wine country.
Wine
pretty.
country.
Yeah,
And
go
my
Bulldogs!
gosh, it was
Sorry.
so pretty. Sorry.
Oh, Jeremy's like, it was so
It was
beautiful.
so
Kid.
pretty. Go Bulldogs. No, it's funny because you said you were going out to Grand Junction in that area, and I was like, oh my God, what are the odds? We're going to cross paths while we're out there.
Yeah.
You left a little earlier. We stayed a little bit longer. But thank you for the recommendation. I know we've been wanting to go out there for years because we drive through it going to Utah to see her dad. And then you had been pushing me to go spend some time out in Palisade. And
Yeah.
what a charming little community.
It's beautiful.
It was so beautiful. We stayed right there at the Wine Country Inn, right off the highway. Freaking loved that place. Beautiful, clean. You got your free glass of wine in the afternoons. Very few children running around,
Yeah.
Nice and quiet.
which
Yeah.
was great, nice and quiet. And then, while we were there, I don't even know. I lost count. Maybe 5 wineries, a brewery, a couple distilleries, a tap house, a cidery.
That's why
we
you
just,
lost count.
we
You were
just
drunk.
tried to hit everything while we were out there, just to
Yeah.
kind of dabble, get a taste of everything. And as you guys know, I had been on this health kick for quite a while where I was not drinking and eating bad. And
Fell
boy,
off the wagon.
that
buddy.
was off this
You got to
weekend.
get yourself some milk thistle.
I
Oh my God,
know.
driving home, we were like, okay, no alcohol for
I
like
know.
a month.
A little
Right?
bloated, a little bloated, but that's fun. The wine tasting is awesome.
It was so nice. I mean, the moment we got there, we found a cute little winery and got this beautiful charcuterie board.
That's what I was gonna say,
Oh,
dude.
my
The
gosh.
pictures you posted. That's like the best charcuterie board I've ever seen.
It was really
Fancy.
good. And there was flowers on there that you could eat.
You could eat them.
You could eat the
Yeah.
flowers on it. And
Edible.
I ate some of the flowers.
I was gonna say, did you get a little tipsy and try them?
I ate the flower. I was like, I'm going to eat the flower.
No way.
Eat
What?
it.
I guess they're all edible.
Yeah,
kind
I
of.
don't know. I don't know. But she's like, hey, by the way, you can eat the flower. And Nicole was like, ugh. And I'm like, I'm in. Give me the flower. But yes, just so nice to hang out and sip wine with Nick Nack and try some different drinks and gorge ourselves on some food and then go back to the hotel. And I actually got in the pool, guys.
Oh,
No,
I got
you
in the
did
pool
not.
in the hot tub. I
What?
brought my swimsuit. She's like, "Are you gonna get in the hot tub with me?" She's like, "I know you're a freak about all this, but this is just the two of us. Come sit in the hot tub with me." Marriage maintenance. I was sitting in the hot tub.
Oh my
Dude, you must really
gosh.
love this girl.
I know.
Yeah,
My
I know.
gosh.
She was so
Dang.
proud.
Did you
of
wear
me.
a swim shirt?
No,
Oh,
I
okay.
didn't.
I'm just wondering. I'm just
No.
wondering.
It was me sitting there, no shirt on, going, "Oh my god, I'm having a great time."
Can I get out? Can I get out? Can I get
Is
out?
this enough? Is this it? Have we done it?
Our last
so
night, Nick
funny.
Nack had a sweet tooth, and the hotel was so kind. They got a tablecloth and went out to the patio and put a tablecloth on the back patio for us and brought us out some pie and ice cream, and we had a little glass of wine, and they just kind of made it nice for us the last night. How great is that?
Was it
That's-
peach pie too?
I had cherry pie, and she had some sort of chocolate mousse pie or
Okay.
something.
All
Yeah,
right.
no peach
You
pie.
don't
sorry.
always
so
have to have
cute,
peaches
though.
out
Oh
there.
my gosh, that's like
Um,
Lady and the Tramp in it, right
I know,
there.
right? It was
Little
really
candle.
nice. It was really nice. We went hiking around Colorado National Monument.
Love
Katie,
it.
do you love it? Never been?
I've been.
Little
quite a
mini
few-
Moab?
I lived across the street from the monument.
Oh, there
so
you go.
I would
That's
walk
cool.
over and read my books in those little cliffs that look like Mars. Like
Yes.
I love the monument so much.
It's oddly named. I was not familiar with it, so we
Yeah.
looked it up. Like literally, Nicole did a Google search. Other things to do in Grand Junction
Yeah.
than drink wine and eat.
We are so
And that
hungover.
popped up, and I was like, "Oh, it must be just like one single
Oh
monument."
no,
that
you
we're gonna-
drive.
It's a whole national park that
You
you,
just drive through
Took
it.
us a half a day to get through it.
Yeah, and then you can get out and look at the different.
Yes, and
is
we
it
did.
Devil's Thumb?
Yeah.
Is one of the pretty Torrey's Peak? Is it? Or no, that's a different place.
Different.
But it looks like a different planet.
Yes, I had
up
no
there.
idea,
It's
and
crazy.
I was so glad we did that.
Yeah.
So glad.
It's
we did that.
amazing.
The only other weird thing that happened is we met this older couple in one of the breweries, and he was 74, and his wife was probably up there too. But they just were local, started chatting with them, and really nice people, kind of giving us pointers on where we should go. And they're like, "Well, you got to go to Talbot's cidery. Go to get the cider." We're like, "Okay, well, we'll do that next." So we're sitting there at the cidery, and then they showed up.
Well,
And
fancy
sat there
seeing
with
you.
us for like 45 minutes. And then, "Oh, you got to try this place. And we're like, "All right, maybe we'll go there next." Went to that place. They showed up
Oh.
and hung with us for it was getting a little weird.
Were
Like,
they
Swingers.
swingers, kind of.
exactly what I told Nicole. I was
couple
like,
drinks in you.
I was getting swinger vibes.
No,
no.
You know we
Getting
have an
s-
RV here.
I know. Why don't you guys come back to our place and look at our garden?
Oh
And
my gosh.
swinger vibes. But I think it turns out that they were just extremely nice locals. But I was like, "Well, we're going to go back to the hotel now. She wants to get in the hot tub." And
Like, which hot
and
tub
as
is
we
that?
drove away, I was like, for sure we're going to show up at the hotel and they're going to be standing by the hot tub. I was like, I guarantee you.
Hey, neighbor.
Because it was one of those things, because they're local and they've been there forever. They
yeah.
like knew everybody. Everybody
Yeah.
that walked in were like, "Hey, John, hey, Rob, oh, look who's here." And like they knew everybody and the story of everybody.
Yeah.
So I was the entire time trying to figure out, are they just being super nice to us, or are they going to just start,
They're like
hitting on us?
if
So
you
we
leave
have this
a
place.
if you
Yeah.
leave a peach outside your door.
I know!
Yeah.
It was
Upside
like,
down
come in and
peach.
say hi.
We should probably get going. I don't know you.
But thank
so
you for the Rex.
awkward.
But thank you. It was really good. But oh my gosh, you guys, it was so good to get away.
Oh yeah.
No kids,
It
just the
looked
two
fun,
of us
man.
on our own schedule, sleeping in. It was so nice.
Well, and Palisade tucked in there to the Grand Mesa, the world's largest flat top mountain, Joshua.
well,
Look at this fun facts over there.
Wow.
You don't realize each place, the monument, Grand Junction, Palisade, how different they all
They
look.
really are,
They're
yeah.
like little oases within an oasis.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
beautiful.
yeah, yeah.
Like,
Wait, hold
it's
on.
so pretty.
Jer, you went out to the Western Slopes.
Yeah.
Break out the cowboy hat?
I did. I had the cowboy hat on. I posted some pictures on our socials if you want to see the cowboy hat in action.
I love it.
And it came in handy during that hike.
Yeah.
I will tell you right now,
That's
it
the
felt
perfect
real
spot.
good. It was like, this is it. I'm not going to walk around Park Meadows in
Yeah.
this.
Good on you.
But here I am in Palisade, Grand Junction. I was like, I'm busting out the cowboy hat.
You fit right in,
I
too.
love
Fit
it.
right in.
You did.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
I was saying howdy to everybody. Howdy.
Y'all, all
Y'all.
that good stuff. Yeah.
But the only bad thing
That's
was it
good.
was so hot and we were sweating, and the cowboy hat's new and it's like made out of straw and everything. I still can get little whiffs
Oh.
coming off my hair.
Oh,
Like a fresh
gross.
straw cowboy hat and you're sweating in it.
Ugh.
My head stunk.
That's all right. You broke it in. It's
I
all
broke
good.
it in.
You
We'll be
broke it in.
fine.
You're a real cowboy now.
Hey, real quick, I know we got to get to traffic. One other final observation. Driving home yesterday through Glenwood Canyon.
Yeah.
What the frick?
Yeah. Are you talking about people?
Drive like monsters through that
yeah.
canyon.
Crazy.
A-holes too fast right in my rear end.
Yeah.
And I'm like, this is the one spot in this state. I mean, one of many, but it's the one spot you should be driving slower
Yeah.
to take in this view and how beautiful it is. And people can't get through that canyon fast enough.
It's crazy. Like, and they've updated it. Now they have a actual sign on the road that says semis and big trucks can't go in the left lane.
That's
That's got to be a
right.
new
God.
thing.
They gotta be in the
It's got to
right.
be a new
Finally.
thing. But it doesn't, like, it's so funny. I saw a semi truck in the right lane, not in the left, but right up on somebody's bumper. So it's like,
Yes.
if I can't pass you, I'm going to be
I'm just
right
gonna-
up on
and
it.
they're
Yeah.
just jerks
It's
through that
crazy.
canyon, and it's so windy and
Yeah.
beautiful. It's like, please just slow
I think
down.
they know
and-
the traffic's coming, and that's why they want to get as far ahead as possible before.
I get
I
it,
don't know.
but you
Oh,
know
we
what?
came out of Glenwood, and I-70 was closed.
Oh no!
The sign was
right.
up, and
Yeah.
it said fire
Yeah.
on the side of the road. So it was like,
my
and we were like,
gosh.
oh crap.
Yeah.
We only sat there for maybe 15 minutes, and it opened back up, and we were like, thank God.
Thank God. That could be. I mean, you could spend the rest of the day there.
You could be there for months.
No, the mountain corridor is insane getting through it. I think I-70 closed a few different times over the weekend because of
Jeez.
fires
Yep.
and whatnot.
And we passed it. And they were on the side of the road putting
Yeah.
out a fire.
Same one right
my
outside of
God.
Eagle on my way there. So, yeah,
crazy.
lots
Glad
of
you
stuff.
guys made it back safe.
We're back
Jeez.
safe. We're here. We are live this morning. Jeremy, Katy, Josh, after some great weekend memories. So thanks for hanging out with us. All right, coming up in a few minutes, I do want to read this email. And if you guys want to chime in, there was something close to 100 Facebook comments last night. The worst pain that you've ever been in. And the story I have to kick it off involves a torn anus. So we will go into that
What?
coming up next. Right now, here's Chris on traffic. Yeah, phone lines are wide open. We love it when you guys call us and chime in. I know you're going to want to call here in a second when we read about the worst pain you've ever been in. We love your calls and comments, so don't be scared. You can call us, 303-691-1649. I'm fielding a bunch of messages coming into my Instagram and Facebook. I think there was one on the text line as well, asking where I stayed again in Palisade for my marriage maintenance weekend. I'm not affiliated with them or anything. It was just a great spot. It's Wine Country Inn.
Oh, the best spot.
It's right there off the highway, and you zip right in, and I highly recommend going there and taking your lover with you. Super clean. They've got a little breakfast there in the morning that was killer. Great eggs and sausage and bacon. They got a bar in there, restaurant. Everything.
They've got, and then honestly, even when you make your way out of town on Main Street as you're heading towards I-70, right across from the gas station, there's a little market that sells all the stuff you need to bring back to all your family and friends down the interstate. They've got the honey. They've got
peaches and cherries.
They've got
We brought back some peach jam for the kids and some honey, some local honey.
So they have everything
and
you
a horse.
need there.
We actually brought back a horse and a goat. You can get a goat there too if you want to bring one home.
I brought the cow.
Yeah.
We've got the full farm.
Katie actually brought us back some honey too.
I did.
Thank you. I've got so much honey now.
Oh my gosh, can I tell you a funny story about the
Yeah,
honey though?
do it.
Because I got like 7 of those for people just because, I got them for people that, I wanted to bring back stuff for, but also I picked up 4 or 5 different types of honey, and my friend Minika gave me a kind that was Wayne and Covey's farm stand honey. I've never seen it, but we were at her house and she's like, here, try this stuff. And I took a little bit on my finger and I was like, oh, that may be the best honey I've ever had. So much so that I'm like in my car. Again, I took the little fingerful and I'm like, oh, that's so good.
You're sucking your finger
a
in the car.
block down. No, I'm straight up got the bear bottle in my hand, sucking on it like a baby bottle.
As you should.
Like I am sucking down that honey
Straight
like
out the
it is
bottle.
a bottle. I loved it that much. I finally figured out, because it took me about a day and a half to figure out the flavor, and it was sunflower that was in there. And
Fancy.
oh my gosh, it's so good. So then, though, here's the thing is when I got home, remember I had like 7 other bottles of honey, and I had put those together all real nice in my car, make sure that they were ready to go. That one bottle of honey that I was sucking on like a bottle, I threw in my toiletry bag, and while I was hiking at Rifle Farm, I'm not kidding.
Oozed out everywhere.
I am still cleaning up honey at my house right now. It got all over everything. My face wash, my face
sticky.
lotion, my hairbrush.
Why
is
do in my
full
mind I
of
feel
honey.
like you're licking your hairbrush in your
I
bottles?
was expensive.
I don't
honey.
want to waste it.
And it's the best honey I've ever had. Of course, the one I spill is the one that was my favorite.
best one.
Oh my God.
Can I smell your breath?
Oh, you probably don't. I've had coffee today. You
Oh,
probably
darn
don't want to do that. But still, you're welcome for the honey because it
thank
is
you.
so
thank
dang
you.
good.
I'm excited to try
Yes.
this.
Really good. We had some samples of the cherries out there too. A couple of places
Got
had cherries.
some cherries.
I've never tasted cherries like that before. It was
I'm
something
telling-
different, something
the
magical out
Western
there.
Slope produce. Like I didn't like
that rich
cherries
soil.
until I went there. I didn't like peaches until I went there. Apricots I wasn't a fan of, but you have it in that Western Slope soil and it'll change your mind.
I'll tell you right now, I don't want to see another bunch of grapes for about 6 months.
Oh yeah.
don't
When
wanna
you
see any
do the
more
wine
grapes.
tour,
Everything's got
Yeah,
grapes
got-
on
you're
it.
seeing
Grapes,
grapes for
everywhere. They
days.
love their grapes.
yeah.
Anyway, so there you go. All right, so I do have this email that came in last week, and I've been holding on to it. And again, feel free to sound off on this. Somebody's already writing in about their gallbladder pain. The worst pain you have ever been in. I love these stories because they're super cringy. So what's your pain? We're talking physical, not emotional. Not emotional pain, but physical. 303-691. One mix, 303-691-1649 if you want to call and chime in. This is from Rick. Wrote in and said, hey, morning crew. I've got a cringy story I wanted to tell you guys. Then he started with a question. What's the absolute worst pain you've ever felt in your life? I'm asking you guys this because I think I might have hit the pain jackpot last weekend. I played drums in a bar band. Nothing fancy, just weekend warrior stuff. Midway through our second set, stood up from my drum stool to grab a beer. And apparently the stool had had enough of my rocking and the top part of the seat came off and I didn't notice. When I went to sit back down, I dropped full force, cheeks first, onto the exposed metal stem.
Oh.
A sharp, evil-looking screw/bolt right in the center, no padding.
Oh.
He says, that tore right through my gym shorts. Sliced open everything from my back door to my baby makers. Said, I'm talking blood, screaming. Okay, this might be a bit of an overshoot.
Oh, my gosh.
Listen to the, oh boy, here we go. Little ears. One of my testicles literally fell out. And he said, yes,
No, it
period,
didn't.
fell, period,
That
out,
can't
period.
happen.
If
Can
you tear
that
it open, it can happen.
Oh, my God.
He tore it open. I legit almost passed out from the pain, had to be rushed to the ER. Don't even get me started about all the stitches and the pain and the swelling I have now. Good God, man. He said, so now I need to know, has anything ever come close to that level of excruciating pain? I can't be the only one who's had my insides on the outside. It was a day, right? He said, love you guys, and that's Rick, who tore
Rick.
everything from his back door to his baby makers. So.
So the line of the day.
Can you beat that? 303-691-1MIX, 303-691-1649. Phone lines are wide open if you want to talk about the worst pain you have ever been in. I'll let you clowns go first.
Oh,
I'm just trying to think. I mean, you talked about your ankle earlier, but you've also had a child.
Exactly. I mean, again, the childbirth is definitely painful. And I didn't have any drugs to have Zoe. I did her all natural. So it was definitely
Who hasn't?
very painful. But here's the thing. I've always said that tooth pain
Yeah?
is a
my
little
gosh.
worse just because it's constant. So when you have tooth pain, especially nerve tooth pain, it is a constant stabbing
Sure.
to your face.
Yeah.
So that's a little different just because with labor it comes with contraction. So it's so it's not constant until you're giving birth, right? Even though it's long. But if you have a bad toothache, that can last you for days.
Yeah.
You know?
All right,
So
those are pretty
I
good.
think those
Yeah,
two
those are
for
pretty
me
good. Yeah. All right.
are pretty
Pretty good.
That's where it's at. Yeah.
One of the worst pain I've ever been in is I had a little packet of the Diablo sauce from Taco Bell.
Mm-hmm.
And just sitting there, we had our Taco Bell, just BS, and then there's a few packets left there on the table. And I took one of the packets and I just start twisting it, twisting the top of it. Twist, 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 twist. And it's getting harder and harder and harder, essentially, because I'm twisting down on
Pressure's
the
building,
packet.
yeah.
And it's getting, a lot of pressure in there. And then it popped. And that Diablo sauce fired right up and into my eye.
Ew, I was hoping you didn't say that.
It was the burn of 1,000 suns right in my retina.
And it had to be the Diablo sauce.
And it was
the
Diablo
hottest
sauce,
one.
and that baby popped and went, what are the odds? And it shot right in my eye. And it was like,
How long
That's
did
pretty
it
bad.
multiple
That's probably-
cuss words.
Yeah.
And over to the sink, just trying to flush and flush and flush and flush. And it was probably 2 or 3 months
2 or 3 months?
Months?
You're a liar.
before the pain went away.
No.
It was a long time. It hurt
I feel like
so
the worst
bad.
one I ever did. I
So bad.
I got a brand new butterfly knife, and I was trying to do the tricks with it, and it stabbed me. I let go of it on accident, and it stabbed me like right in the bottom of my hip. So I can actually say I got stabbed by a knife.
By myself.
By myself on accident. But I'll never forget, I looked down and I saw, it was a good 1.5 inches in me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I just got stabbed. And I took it out and I had to get
Cringy.
stitches and everything. And that was pretty,
That sounds
sucked.
painful.
That sucked. Getting stabbed is not fun.
That does suck. Here's Megan. Hi, Megan.
Hello.
Hello. I see you're going to commiserate with Katy Cat over here.
Definitely, except for I did get an epidural, so I don't know how she handled that.
Yeah.
She's tough.
I
That,
don't
that
either.
baby came out sideways. She didn't cry or nothing.
And then I had a whole pizza. Remember?
She's tough. They just made her bite down on a stick, and she gave it hell.
Yep.
Oh my gosh.
So it was pretty
the
bad.
worst part was
Go ahead.
my nurse was terrible. Once I finally got the epidural, she looked at me and said, "Oh, you're a pretty chill person." I said, "Well, I haven't been who you've been experiencing for the past 2 hours." Like, who says that?
I know.
No, my nurse told me that I should watch my mouth because I'm about to be a mommy, and I didn't. I've never strung so many bombs together. And so I was so mad when she said that. I was like, "Do you know what I'm doing right now?"
I remember my wife waiting as long as she possibly could before they got the epidural. She had
Yeah.
read it somewhere. Somebody
Yeah.
told her something, and the nurses were like, "Why are you waiting so long? Let's just get it done." And she's like, once she got it, she was like, "Oh my God, thank you." She's like, "Why was I waiting like an
Yeah.
idiot? Get it in you."
Yeah, if you're gonna
Agreed.
do it.
Agreed.
Megan. Well, we appreciate you calling, Megan. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.
See you later. We're talking about the worst pain you've ever been in. 303-691-1649 if you want to chime in. Hi, Patty.
Hi. First,
Hi.
I want to say thank you. I went to the weekend from Mix 100 this weekend, and it was fabulous.
Oh,
Yay.
perfect.
That was
That's
Saturday
great.
night, huh? I heard that was a
Yeah,
great show.
It was awesome.
Oh, well, great.
So thank you, guys.
Congratulations. Absolutely. Our pleasure. All right, so we're talking about the worst pain ever. What do you think, Patty?
So I was on a date. This guy had just moved into a new house. He had no lighting on the outside. We were outside hanging out. He was at the bottom of the stairs. He's like, yeah, come down here. He forgot to tell me that the second stair was not there. So I fell through a flight of stairs,
Oh
caught myself with one arm and one leg. He started laughing.
no! Oh, like Jeremy.
I know. I apologize.
know.
I'm getting a visual, though,
Gosh.
Patty. One leg
He
up in the
started
air.
laughing. I was like, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. So he tried to help me. I was like, don't touch me. So I got myself out. I just went to bed. I went home and went to bed. I was like, I'm just being a wimp. I woke up the next morning. I was in so much pain. I went to the doctor. They did an x-ray. And they said it looked like someone had they couldn't do anything, so it looked like someone had taken an ice pick into my shoulder. And it was complete on the outside, but just hundreds of shatters on the inside.
Oh, Patty.
Oh,
Brutal.
my gosh.
Brutal. Did you break up with that guy?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's history. What a jerk.
Oh.
What a jerk. Patty,
But
you got
then
us.
I went to the Vatican, and it was healed. So
Hey,
There you go.
hallelujah. Patty, that's a good one. Thank you for calling in. We appreciate you. Oh,
thank you. Have a great day.
see you later. What a jerk that guy was.
I know. Well,
hey,
you
come meet me
laughed,
downstairs.
too.
I know, but it's funny. She's fine now. Hi, Roy.
Morning, JKJ.
Morning, brother. Okay,
Hey.
we're talking the worst pain ever. What's yours?
So when I was in my early 20s, I got into a car accident, had a lawn truck pulling trailer full of lawn equipment make a left-hand turn in front of me, and I jackknifed the trailer. Caught fire on impact, and I suffered second and third degree burns across the left side of my face and all down the left side of my arm.
Roy,
gosh.
that's like skin melting off.
Owie.
Yeah. Talk
Oh.
about excruciating pain. Didn't hurt at first because of all the adrenaline and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, once they got me, like, calmed down and everything else, like, just the amount of pain that comes on from it, like, instantaneously,
Yeah, and
was
everywhere.
excruciating.
My
I
dad's.
had to live with that pain for, like, a month.
You know, my dad's 50-year career firefighter, fire chief, and I've heard the stories about people being burned and him explaining, like, the excruciating pain, and there's just no getting rid of it, and, like, literally skin melting off of people in some of these situations. And I can't imagine, Roy. I can't imagine, buddy. Are you doing good now? Everything
Yeah.
fine?
Everything's fine now, you know, just have to be extra careful and, you know, out in the sun and stuff. But
Yeah.
other than that, yeah, no.
Crazy
Sorry,
story.
But, you know, it's an interesting story.
That's
Oh,
a crazy story,
absolutely.
man. That is crazy, and we feel you, buddy. That's
Well, we're glad you're okay.
we're all cringy.
Like,
Oh,
I
yeah,
mean,
thank
my
you. Oh, that's
gosh.
fun. Thank you, guys. I got to go see Jelly Roll and Posty a couple weeks ago.
Look
for you
at
guys.
you.
Appreciate it a lot.
Well, there you go. It's part of our all-access summer, man. This is
Yeah.
why we like doing this for you guys. Fantastic.
It was great.
Roy, you have a great day. Thanks for having us on.
Hey, thank you.
Later, bud. Oh, that was nice. I can't imagine being burned on that part that much. Of your
I know,
body.
on your face, too.
Hi,
Like,
Vicky.
My gosh.
Oof.
Good morning.
Good morning to you. Tell me about the worst pain ever.
Well, I feel really bad about the burn one.
I
Yeah.
know.
Does not compare to that. That's
you stub your toe or
horrible. Burns are
something?
The worst.
I know.
I stubbed my toe.
No, not quite.
My little piggy.
I mean, I've had 2 C-sections, but C-sections are like a horizontal cut, so they just separate the muscles. So it wasn't that bad. But then I had to have a vertical incision surgery on the same area, right down
Yeah.
the stomach and down, the whole abdomen
Yeah.
area on New Year's Eve, and I had a cough at the same time.
Oh, of course.
So once the stuff wore out, once the painkillers wore off, and I was coughing, that was, how they always ask you, what's your pain level from 0 to 10?
Yeah.
That was my 10.
Oh,
my
Well,
gosh.
I pretty much passed out. I almost passed out. It
Yeah.
was that bad. But that's not like a burn. So
Yeah, it's
I
not like
know,
a burn.
but still,
So do you have like a giant X scar now? I would imagine.
yeah, Pretty
You
much
better watch
a
out for-
nice plus sign.
Yeah,
it's
you
a
better
plus
watch out for pirates. They might go looking for buried treasure, right?
know.
X marks the spot, so be careful. Watch for pirates, Vicky. Thank you for sharing. Have a great day.
Advice from Jeremy today.
It's pretty solid advice.
I mean,
Pirates are going to be coming after her. Sylvia,
Hello.
I see you want to talk about C-section scars and surgery as well.
Oh yes. So when I was in childbirth, I had been pushing for like 4 hours. Eventually, the doctor called and said, "Okay, we have to go into C-section." Which at that point, I was like, "Yes, please." And my daughter was like super stuck, and so they were having to do kind of like the last caller was saying, a cut. They're having to do a T incision, so it was both horizontal and vertically, like in the shape of a T. And so as they're like finally getting my daughter out, my epidural stops working. And at this time I had just hemorrhaged, so I'm like bleeding out, and I start screaming, bloody for her to like, "Stop touching me." And all the surgeons are like putting their hands up. They're like, "We have to keep working." And luckily the anesthesiologist was able to like get me under pretty quickly, but that was by far the most insane pain I've ever experienced in my life.
Giving me panic.
They're
I
playing
know,
around
like-
with your insides,
your
and
in-
you feel it.
My
Your
heart is
intestines are
racing.
hanging out.
Yeah. It was like the most insane pressure I'd ever felt. I felt like a brick house had fallen on me. And then, but like icing on the cake was, because I guess they were like throwing my intestines around. 2 days later, they determined I had developed this thing called an ileus, where all of my intestines stopped working. So the only way to like heal from this, aside from emergent surgery, was 0 food and water for 3 days as a brand new nursing mother.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
Oh,
You have got a
It is wild.
story. You have got a
Yeah.
great story. I've never heard about that before.
Is that
Yeah,
your only
me neither.
child?
Jeez, a little.
Yes,
Yeah.
she's 16 months old, and I had like PTSD for so long. I was like,
Yeah.
I will never have another child.
Yeah.
I
Seriously,
know.
like,
What you
seriously,
ladies
though.
go through is just absolutely incredible. I remember peeking over the curtain because our second child was a C-section. I saw Nicole's intestines. I was like, nope. I will not peek over the curtain anymore.
Can't unsee
Yeah.
that.
No
can you?
more.
It's wild, but you black it out, because at this point I'm like, I want 10 more children.
Yeah, you
Like,
do.
A year ago, it's like,
You-
nope,
You let it go. Wow. Well, thank you for sharing that crazy story.
no
Man,
problem.
Have a good day.
I laugh now. You too. Bye.
See you later. Oh my God.
Dang, man.
All right, we'll do 2 more. We got Tom and Kay. Hi, Tommy.
Hey, how you guys doing, JKJ?
Well, we're super dupes. Talking about the worst pain you've ever been in. How's yours?
Yeah, I was sitting here trying to think of which one. the, the worst one I had ever had was actually in my back. One of my discs in my back had broke out the corner.
Oh.
And then at that point, one of the, your nerves that go down to your legs,
Mhm.
the nerves that go down my left leg got caught in the crack, and then it closed on it.
Oh.
And it sat there and just like rubbed back and forth for 6 months before I had
No.
operation to get it
No.
corrected.
No.
At the max pain, they had given me the highest pain relieving drug that they could possibly give me. And the way to describe the pain on the medication was if you were to take a pan of bacon, cook it up, and then leave the grease in there, and then throw fresh bacon in it, and then move your hand or your arm like half an inch from the flame,
Yeah.
and just let the grease hit you. And that's what it felt like. Anybody
burn.
walked by me
Well, yeah.
and
It just
blew the hair
walked by
follicles on
you.
my arm.
Tom.
Yeah, the hair follicles on your arm would just like
Tom!
cause that much pain.
I don't like this
Gosh,
story.
man.
So how did you mess up your back in the first place? It just happened?
No.
Trampoline. You were on a
Super
trampoline.
Smart doctor told me that because I was trying to lose weight and I was a really big guy to just do jump rope and running stairs.
Oh.
So jump roping at the weight that I was caused that disc to break,
Oh my gosh.
and that was just one of 3. So I had to
Um,
have 3 discs put together.
Unbelievable.
man.
Yeah, you got me all cringy,
I
buddy.
know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you drop the LBs? Are you nice and slim now?
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Good for you.
Yeah,
There
we
that's
go.
a good thing.
Right on, Tom.
Unfortunately, the back things are forever though.
Yeah.
Well,
no, back
it kind of
problems
is.
are.
Congrats on the weight, though. That's
Yeah.
life changing. So, all right,
So
Tom.
get this. The worst part about that is that because the nerve gets cut, all the muscles on your left side, like on my left leg, are gone. So if you look at my calf, one calf is like huge and one calf is like almost non-existent.
No
'Cause it's
Oh,
way.
no.
Oh.
Yeah, muscle dystrophy or something like that. What they call it, I
Yeah.
can't remember.
Yeah,
Can you walk in a
muscular
straight line or do you like go in a circle?
Oh, I can walk fine. Just don't
Okay.
tell me to stand on my tippy toes.
Right.
Yeah.
No more ballet
Just the
classes for
one.
Tom. That's it.
Oh.
Exactly.
Tom, thank you for
It was nice
sharing.
talking to you guys.
Nice talking to you,
Take care.
buddy. Have a good day. Wow. All right, we'll do one more. Hi, Kay.
Hey, good morning, guys.
Good
How are
morning.
ya?
Well, we're super dupes, but these stories are making us cringe.
Yeah.
I'm like,
I know, right?
all right, so what's your worst pain ever?
The worst, I was about 6 years old and I was playing with my mom's lighter and I caught myself on fire. I was wearing a mesh t-shirt. So it was stuck to me after, and they had to literally pull it off of my skin.
No.
Second burns all over my body, got my hair, everything. And I didn't know anything about stop, drop, and roll back then. I'm 50 years old. So
you just stood and burned.
I just ran. The only thing I could do was run through the house to my mom, and my mom was doing dishes at the time, and she came around the corner and seeing me in flames. She literally picked me up, threw me on the dining room table, and patted me out with her towel that she was drying her hands with, yelled to my brother to go get the neighbor to call 911, and I was in the hospital for about 2 months.
Oh, I
So it sounds like you were on fire for quite a bit.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's insane.
I got a little pixie cut after that. My hair was so long, and it just
Do you have
went up in
long-term
flames.
scars from all that?
I do, but it's under my breast area. You can hardly see it.
Okay.
So yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, that was probably one of the worst pains.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
that sounds horrible,
Yeah.
Kate. That sounds horrible.
And being at 6 years old, is it something that you still remember?
So I still remember the whole thing. The pain, though, I don't remember how the pain was, but I do know that, I was in pain.
Yeah.
And, there's a couple other things that I've been through in my life. And like the other girl, my anesthesia ran off while I was going through labor. They didn't believe me. And, yeah. And I was like, yeah, you're on the left side right now. And they were like, oh. And then the anesthesiologist was just shut her the F up. And,
oh, my. Wow.
Yeah.
Kate, you're a tough mamma jamma.
Yeah.
I am.
I would never want to cross you. You're a tough lady, Kate. I feel like Kate would get me in a headlock if I said something.
Right.
I probably would.
Good for you. You're a tough lady.
As you should.
Probably would.
She's like, challenge accepted.
I know, right?
Kay, can't thank you enough for having us on in the morning. Thanks for sharing your story.
Yeah, have a great day, guys.
You too. Wow, guys.
Jeez,
so
man.
good. And the messages are coming in on the text line. So a lot of painful situations out there.
No, toothache doesn't seem so bad
I know,
anymore.
right? He's like, I had a toothache. All right, so we've got your Mile High Hype report coming up here in a few minutes. We'll talk about how much bears hate bikes. And, oh, no, the oversaturation of Dolly Parton continues. Ugh. We've got those stories and more coming up in a few minutes with JKJ. Right now, it's traffic time with our old friend Chris. I'd love you forever and ever if you signed up for my Pint for Pint blood drive. A couple more weeks to sign up. It's going on July 13th. Here's how it works. You come and donate a pint of blood to Vitalent Blood Bank donations at the Colorado Tap House in Arvada on July 13th, and then the Tap House will turn around and give you a free pint of beer on your next visit. That's why we're calling it Pint for Pint. I believe this is like the 4th time I've done this, and the spots always fill up. So you got to get on and reserve your time because the blood bank folks need to know how many people are going to be down at the event. It is going on from noon to 4, Sunday, July 13th, Colorado Tap House in Arvada. And yep, that only hoop you got to jump through is sign up and reserve your time. And you can do that by going to mix100.com, clicking on the Pint for Pint link right there on the homepage. You can get all the details about the event and reserve your time. You know, something like every 2 seconds, somebody in the United States needs blood. So it's very important to fill up those blood banks. And this is how we do it here. Denver's Mix 100. It's my Pint for Pint blood drive, July 13th in Arvada. All the details, mix100.com. Off the air, you guys were talking about something to do with Disneyland. I was half listening.
We were just saying that we
Kind of.
would rather go see
The world, essentially.
Gotcha.
like nature.
We were comparing
Then
it.
Disneyland.
What is the thing
One of
that
my
you
buddies,
wanted to see?
Petra. It's in
yeah.
Jordan, which is in Cairo
Okay.
area, and like it's just a beautiful work of art of this huge, basically, elaborate door built into the side of a mountain.
Yeah.
And my buddy was
Wasn't
just
it in
there.
Indiana
Yeah.
Jones?
Yes, yeah. It's
Yeah.
in Indiana Jones.
Last
And
Crusade.
it's just one of the
Yes.
coolest things ever. Great movie, by the way.
Yep.
And we were just talking about how, there's a bunch of people that, would love
Would
to
rather
see
go to
Disney and stuff.
Disneyland.
And I'm just
Yeah.
like,
That's what it was.
that's just
Okay.
not me. Yeah.
Well, it's
Yeah.
funny because I have this story and I pulled it up. This guy's post has gone viral. It's a family of 5, and they went to Disneyland, and the dad shared the photo of the bill. And what they did is they had one of those princess breakfasts. So you go and you have breakfast, and all the Disney princesses are there, and you get pictures and blah, blah, blah. For a family of 5 to do the Disney princess breakfast was $937. Almost $1,000 for breakfast at
How long
Disney.
do you think that even lasts?
I
mean,
don't
is
know
it like
what
a
that lasts.
45-minute breakfast?
Maybe. Could be an hour.
That's absurd.
Let's round up. It was $1,000 for breakfast at
Did
Disneyland.
they elaborate on what they had for breakfast? Do we understand why
You
the
do-
bill was so high?
You do your own research.
Oh,
I'm looking at a picture of it. It doesn't, I mean,
it's not like a
it doesn't
royal
look
spread.
that
Like the
fancy.
food, they're like,
It
here's an
doesn't look that
omelet and
great.
some taters.
I mean, when we went to Disney, we did, what was it called? Goofy's Kitchen. I think it was
Yeah.
Goofy's Kitchen. And
Yeah.
all the characters are there, and it's...
I can just imagine you sitting there. For the kids.
Unfortunately,
For
the
kids.
knife was not sharp enough to cut my wrist as I was sitting
It was the little plastic Play-Doh knife.
And it was upwards of $300 for us to go to breakfast
I don't
in
like
Goofy's
that.
Kitchen.
I just can't imagine you sitting
And the food sucked, and like the characters would come out and dance, and the music was going, and I just looked at Nicole and said, "Never
my
again."
personal hell. That is.
It was the kids loved it.
Oh, that's
the kids
good.
loved it.
The
That's
kids are
good.
gonna love
The
it,
kids
but my
loved it.
gosh, they don't know how much it costs.
But truly, I wanted to go back into the kitchen and put my face in the fryer.
You know, oh my gosh, I have a group of friends who want to go to Disney Japan because it's so much cheaper to go there.
That might be-
Apparently,
and it's Japan.
Well, and apparently you can get like your flight, your room, and everything for cheaper than actually going
Probably,
to Disney
yeah.
over here. And I flat
Do
out
it.
told them, I was like, "You guys can go to Disney. I'm going to go to all the ramen shops. Like that's where you'll find me."
Yeah.
Because that kind of stuff doesn't intrigue me because it costs so much.
It's
Like,
expensive.
It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
we were close to $10,000, I think, for that trip. It was
Good
something stupid.
Oh,
Lord.
God, I don't want to.
Wait, did you
I
go to
don't
Florida or
wanna-
California one? I
That
can't
was
remember.
the California.
The California one?
We
Don't-
did the
Is
two
that
out there,
Disneyland
and we
or
stayed on
World?
property, which is part
Oh,
of the
well,
problem.
that's, yeah.
That's land and the
Jeez.
Disney Adventure
Okay.
something or other. Ugh.
Not the happiest place for your wallet. Is what
No,
you're
No.
it's not, Katie. No, it is
Gosh.
not. Let's dive into our mile high hype. There's this lawyer here in Colorado. He was actually in the courtroom and he accidentally called the judge honey, the female judge honey, and the audio is fantastic.
He's
honey.
Oh.
the silence.
Like you can just hear in this guy's voice.
ask
like,
for a recess.
I screwed up.
You have to ask for a recess,
you
right?
do.
He can't even think right now. He's
That's
like, I
a
just called the
guy.
judge honey.
Collect
That's a guy
your
who fights
thoughts.
with his wife a lot. I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, poor guy. That just
exactly.
totally exposed his home life.
honey.
Oh my
Oh my
god,
God,
is
I'm so
one of the
sorry.
funniest things.
You
the
know, he was just arguing with his wife or something
That's
before
exactly it.
court, and that was just on his mind. I
Poor
mean,
thing.
I don't think he meant disrespect or anything. It was
No.
truly
No.
like
Oh my
arguing
gosh.
with your wife.
Have you ever had the thing
Honey.
where you say like honey,
Honey.
or call like your boss and say I love you at the end of the phone
Oh
call?
my
Oh yeah,
gosh.
yeah.
I
I
did
just-
that.
Big Rob
I've done
likes
that
that,
before.
Big Rob loves that though.
He lives for that.
I love you.
I love
I
you.
love you.
Say it back.
Say it slow. All right, I'm gonna give you one more thing, and then Katie, you can take over some of the local stuff,
Okay.
some of the good stuff. Dolly Parton's at the top of mind again. The oversaturation of Dolly Parton because she's teamed up with Motley Crue. They've released a new version of their '85 hit "Home Sweet Home," and this time they enlisted the help of Dolly Parton on the album. You want a taste of it?
Yeah.
Cover your ears. I don't know.
I kind of like
I
it.
don't like it.
No.
You guys don't like it?
Ooh. She sounds a little like a Muppet.
What is that?
now.
A wind
It's
chime they
Wait,
put
can
in
you-
there
hold
now?
on, give it the chorus.
Nah.
All right. I mean,
hard pass.
Nah.
you're not gonna buy the album.
Hard pass.
You're not gonna buy
No,
it.
because that song went
You'd have a better
hard.
chance
Oh, I
of me
know.
and going
That
back to
song-
Goofy's kitchen than listening to
right?
that whole song.
What if they played that song at Goofy's kitchen?
The drums
Jump
for
off the
that
Matterhorn.
song,
It's
like,
a little too rocky for her. I mean,
it's
obviously.
too soft. The new version there is way too soft for what that song's all about. Like that's
I just
kind of
think of my grandma going, hanging
I
out
know.
with
It's
Motley.
Singing
too
karaoke.
much.
with Motley Crue. Gam, what are you doing?
Gam, no.
I'm on my
I'm on my way. I broke a hip. And one more thing. Owen Wilson is returning for the 4th installment of the Meet the Parents movie, and they reached out for comment from him, and he said, "Wow, all right, all right." That's all I got.
Him.
Wow.
When he listened to that Dolly Parton song, he was like,
Wow.
Oh, that's
I
funny.
love
"Give me your
him.
good. Give me your best stuff, Katie
Best
Cat."
stuff. Well, you're gonna get really excited for this.
What is it?
Del Taco's back.
Wow.
No, this is
Have you eaten there
exciting.
8
What else
times
you got?
already?
They shut it down without any notice, and I'm just so excited that it was just a franchisee dispute. Now it's all corporate ownership, so they're not going to shut it down on us a second time, just so you know.
Where are you going for
They're
lunch?
all real. You know that Lone Tree location, 7506 Parkway Drive.
Oh my god.
That's where I'm headed. Okay, let's
She
go
had
to
that
this
memorized
one.
too. That's not even
Let's
on her
go to
worksheet.
this one.
Wow.
Okay, so Steamboat Springs, a man was charged by a bear while out riding his mountain bike
That's scary.
on Saturday. Yeah, and apparently he was coming down the hill and he saw the bear. The bear saw him and they both spooked each other. And the bear's instinct is, I'm going to charge
Attack,
that guy.
murder, death,
Exactly.
kill, sure.
Exactly. So thankfully, the biker was just thrown off the bike a little bit, hurt his wrist, but
Ow,
he's
my
going to be
wrist.
okay.
Wow, my
Ow.
He's going to be okay.
Ow!
But experts say make sure you're bear aware, Jer,
Yeah, you bet.
because you're
Wear
gonna
bright
wanna
colors,
be.
right?
You're gonna want to be, and carry bear spray.
Bear spray.
Yes.
Bright colors.
And remember, they're more afraid of us. Yeah, right.
No, they
yeah,
see meal.
Right. And then let's talk about. We didn't get to talk about this last time.
Tell
the
me
new
now.
State-of-the-art habitat for sea lions is now open at the Denver Zoo. I
That's
knew you'd
cool.
like this one.
Spent about what,
so
5.5 mil on it,
They've
right?
spent a lot of money
Yeah.
on this. So now the seals can enjoy heated pools, a new saltwater filtration, expanded bedrooms. Why does the seal
It
need
sounds
a
very
bedroom?
nice,
What are
though.
the seals doing
A
in
little
those
bougie.
bedrooms?
It's bougie.
Full of, like flapping flippers or something, right? But anyway.
Flapping
Sounds
flippers.
like
Because
a-
they have expanded bedrooms. Why do
Sounds
they
like
need
my
bedrooms?
weekend.
It sounds like good weekend. Oh wow.
They've got a big viewing window for it, though, so people can actually come up to and watch the sea lions in the bedroom.
What?
Flapping
What?
the flippers.
Really?
I don't know why you'd want to do that. but
Procreating or
they're
just
gonna
what?
have all this stuff available.
Just in there smoking a cigarette. Just playing on his
Got
phone,
some
probably.
sunglasses
What are those
on.
people going to
Yeah.
say when they see them?
Oh, okay.
You know we were waiting for that one. Come on. And then you want to talk about one more?
Yeah, sure.
One more, the police officer that delivered the baby
Aw.
outside Denver Hospital.
That's
We
good
want to
to
give
hear.
big
Hero.
ups to them. This is how it happened, too, is the police officers were parked outside of the hospital, and the people walked up to them and were, like, obviously in a state of emergency. So the police officer was like, oh, my gosh, there is Denver Health Emergency Department right there. Go in there. There was a little miscommunication with a language barrier. But before they knew it, the cop looked, and the woman was delivering the baby. He said, I saw a leg.
That's so funny.
And what
that
did
they-
he say?
He said, wow.
They got to the hospital and couldn't have the baby in the hospital.
No,
Like, at
they
that
had
point,
it in
you'd
the parking
still
lot.
just get it in the
Like-
hospital.
No,
At
like
least get it in the lobby.
Tripod
So,
on
but
over there.
Just,
and-
yeah.
I know, but the officer like immediately saw the leg coming out, so he made the lady lay down. The other officer ran inside to inform the medical staff
Didn't you
and
get a
get
stretcher
help.
at that point?
Well, that's the thing. The baby wasn't waiting for medical professionals.
She was on its way.
The officer who stayed put realized that waiting for medical staff wasn't an option, so he put on a pair of gloves and did it right there. Yep. Yeah.
Look, there's a baby.
That's pretty cool, though.
That's
It
cute.
is
Like
really
when that
cool.
happens, I hear these stories and I'm like, oh, that's
It
Does
awesome.
the
is
baby
really
have like
sweet.
a unique name? Because they do sometimes do that, where like
They
they name it after
didn't.
the highway
I
name
know,
or something.
or
Yeah,
like,
this
you
is
know, the
baby
Was it in a
highway
goalie? You
85.
could name it goalie.
Yeah.
Field?
But-
Was it in a field?
Oh my
This is my son, Field.
We want to give a big shout out to Corporal Lemire and Officer Andrews who showed
done.
up.
They should name it
Showed up
Andrew.
and they should.
Little
They
baby
should
child
name
named
the
Andrew.
baby
Median. Was it in the
Maybe
median?
Andy, if it's a girl.
Officer Curbside.
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 Delivery. Curbside delivery.
Curbside delivery.
Little baby almost made it.
Yeah. Almost. Not quite.
Little baby so
Mom,
close.
baby, and both officers doing fine.
That's
Good.
Yay.
Good.
Happy ending to that story.
I love our first responders.
Me too.
I sure do. All right, I'll give you one more.
Oh.
All right.
Yay!
All right, there's your Mile High Hype Report with JKJ. We're going to hop right into traffic now, brought to you by our good partners over at Lodge Casino. Go ahead, Chris. Denver's best music. That there's Mix 100. Jeremy, Katy, Josh in the morning.
Good old Morgan
Yeehaw.
Wallen.
Yeah, little Morgan Wallen there for you in the morning. Appreciate you all having us on. I reckon we'll play that song again sometime today.
Absolutely. Giddy on up.
Giddy on up. Put a little itch in your giddy up this morning. Denver's Mix 100.
Oh, yeah.
Did you know this radio station is big on bird news?
Yeah,
Really?
huge.
Yeah,
number
one.
I believe.
Yes,
I believe.
number one in bird stories.
Okay.
I got a couple for you. This one's pretty darn funny because there's an animal rescue in Iowa that saved a lost chicken. This chicken was wandering around the streets of a town in Iowa.
Yep.
Des Moines. There it is.
Des Moines.
It was in Des Moines. This chicken was wandering around, and they found the chicken hanging outside the front door of a Buffalo Wild Wings last week,
No.
looking seriously confused.
I saw my mom go in there and she hasn't come out.
It's so funny. There's
You also
pictures.
have my brothers.
He's just like pacing back and forth in front of a Buffalo Wild Wings, and they scooped him up, saved him, brought him to the animal rescue, and I think somebody adopted him as a family pet.
He was like, you're literally knocking on death's doorstep
Right?
right
You
there.
are literally in the wrong spot.
Someone got
dude.
out of the. Did you?
I third this is a spa.
Oh, no.
Yeah, so anyway, pictures of that are floating around.
That's
And then
hilarious.
this animal rescue in Massachusetts is in the news because they have a parrot there. The previous owner gave away the parrot, and the parrot will not stop cussing.
I love these birds. I
So do
like
I.
the ones that don't stop swearing.
F-bomb.
hilarious.
F-bomb. Here's a,
So funny.
Here's a news company out there covering the story.
Yes.
F and adopt me. F and adopt me.
Gosh.
Wow. Good guy.
Good guy,
Yeah,
though.
right?
Good guy.
I kind of
Good
want that
guy.
parrot at my house.
Right?
I really do. Denver's best music, Mix 100, Jeremy, Katy, Josh in the morning, all powered by Groove Subaru, your fast, fun, and friendly way to drive happy. Go visit them, groovesubaru.com. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Big Rob will be coming up next. He's got 90 minutes of commercial-free music starting at 11:30, so make sure you throw Mix 100 on there at the office, and here's some righteous tunes, bro.
Yeah.
All 90 minutes of it, so... that's great. What else is going on? Nina tonight. Nina, your drive home. She's got Nate Bergetzi tickets. He's coming to town Saturday, September 13th at Ball Arena. So try to win those tonight. He's so good.
He's so good. I think he's doing a 2 or 3 night stay here.
Yeah.
And because he's extended his nights because everybody wants to go see him. I will be there.
Are you going to go see him?
I am so excited. I can't wait.
He's lucky.
Hilarious.
Yeah. So there you go. If you want to go see Nate, Nina's got your tickets tonight on your drive home. All right, we're going to get out of here. We've got to make our way down to Channel 9. Brag much more. We're going to be shooting a little segment for Colorado and Company again for them today. So we'll be down there. Yay!
I'm excited. We get to build cupcakes. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, it's a cupcake segment.
Yes,
it's
it
gonna be so
is.
much fun.
Some riveting TV here that we're going to be doing.
Hey, this is the hard-hitting stuff.
Yeah,
Jeremy.
they knew what to ask us
This
for.
is what the people want. All right, I've got a final story for you guys before we get the heck out of here. Police in Oregon are searching for a 42-year-old man who got into a high-speed chase near Portland on Friday. It's all over the socials. They pulled him over around 2:45 in the morning. He was weaving through traffic. They realized he had a felony warrant out for his arrest. They put a spike strip in front of his wheels to stop him from driving off, but he threw the old SUV into reverse, rammed the cop car, drove over the spikes anyway, and still took off, fired several shots while driving away, didn't hit anybody.
It's a big no-no.
Abandoned his SUV, ran out onto a golf course, and got away.
Oh,
Good God.
away?
The reason this guy is making the news is because his legal name is Looney John Franklin Toon.
Oh, that's that.
Makes total sense now.
So the dude that hit the spike strips, threw it into reverse, fired his gun, and ran away on a golf course, his legal name is Looney Toon.
That was Yosemite Sam out there. All right.
Ran through a brick wall
You'll never
with
catch
the
me.
road
He painted a
painted on
tunnel
it.
with the black
Yeah.
paint and went right through
That's
it.
exactly what he did.
Yeah.
He got
Don't get
away.
me. He got away, guys.
Gosh, that's
So-
how you do it, though.
Be on the lookout for Looney
Mr.
Toon
Toon.
if you live in Oregon. That's it, guys. We're out of here. We're Jeremy, Katy, Josh, Denver's Mix 100. We'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning. Bye.